lot of space taken up by Queen Jean's remarkably sized buttocks. That is one big dude dressing up like a woman. We're supposed to celebrate a gay man taking a job from a woman and pretending to be a woman, I guess. Good for you, Queen Jean. I think I'll be sitting this one out. Not interested. I did like the revival of Ragtime. If you're in New York, see that. It was good. O'Connor and Company.
It happens quietly, no warning label, no recall notice, no breaking news alert. Dog food recalls happen more than you think. Salmonella, aflatoxins, vitamin D levels toxic enough to cause kidney failure, and most owners never find out until it's too late. Right now, today, you could be feeding your dog something already flagged, and you'd have no idea. You can't control what's already in the bag, but you can control what you add to it. That's where America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens, comes in. Rough Greens is packed with live probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, and over 20 vitamins and minerals. All natural, made in the USA. You just sprinkle it on top of whatever you're already feeding them. Thousands of dogs are feeling younger, more energetic, and healthier than they have in years. Your dog could be one of them. Get a free Jumpstart trial bag today. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Use the discount code MikeG. Rough is R-U-F-F. Roughgreens.com. Discount code MikeG. Rough Greens makes any dog food better.
It's time for Talktivities on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Do you have an item for Talktivities? Email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com.
Assurance Home in Roswell strives to offer comfort and healing to adolescent children who are homeless, have been mistreated, or who are otherwise considered at risk, to provide them with a safe, home-like environment that will teach them love, trust, and hope for the future. Call 575-624-1780 or visit assurancehome.org. As news coverage of a hantavirus outbreak linked to a cruise ship raises questions, New Mexico health officials want residents to know the hantavirus strain in New Mexico is different from the one causing illness abroad and cannot spread from person to person. New Mexico's strain is transmitted through contact with infected rodents. For more information, visit the Department of Health's hantavirus webpage.
If you have an item for Talktivities, email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com. That's calendar@pvbcradio.com.
Your home for armed American radio in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. Hold your fire. President Trump's appeal to Israel and Iran. Iran's military now says it will halt offensive operations, and the president is urging America's ally Israel to turn the other cheek.
President Trump is concerned that any Israeli retaliation could derail ongoing negotiations between the U.S. and Iran. An American official, quoted by Axios News, said Mr. Trump had told Benjamin Netanyahu to hold off because, in his words, we're close to doing something good in terms of a deal. The conversation was calmer than an angry phone call last week between the two leaders. President Trump told the Financial Times that Mr. Netanyahu would have to accept any deal the U.S. secures with Iran because he won't have any choice. He said of the Israeli Prime Minister, "I call the shots, he doesn't call the shots."
That's BBC's Sarah Smith. Tonight, the president plans to be on hand for Game 3 of the NBA Finals at New York's Madison Square Garden. At nearby Penn Station, 6 people suffered stab wounds last night. A suspect is being held by police. In Toledo, the hunt for 2 shooting suspects goes on.
At least 12 people were shot at an Ohio street festival. Authorities say a shooting near the busy Old West End Festival in Ohio happened Saturday. It's an annual gathering of live music and home tours in a historic district.
We had some unfortunate incident happen here in Toledo.
Deputy Police Chief Joe Hefferman says it appears that at least 2 people fired weapons.
I think they were probably shooting at each other.
At least a dozen were hit by bullets.
2 of them critical.
Police are still searching for suspects with nobody yet in custody.
We're processing the scene. We do have some evidence, and we're following up on some leads.
Audio courtesy of WTOL. I'm Haya Panjwani.
Ahead of this morning's opening bell on Wall Street, the Dow futures up 116 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 448. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Health insurance rates are surging in America, leaving millions without affordable options. If you're sick of having paychecks eaten up by healthcare costs or dealing with mega corporations, then listen to this. Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. That's why I want to tell you about Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's an alternative to traditional health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills. There's no enrollment period, so you can join anytime. And you aren't restricted to provider networks, so you choose the doctors and hospitals you want. It's that simple. CHM is not insurance. It's a ministry that puts faith into action. Feel the difference of financial support and biblical care from fellow believers. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
China's leader goes next door.
Chinese President Xi Jinping has arrived in Pyongyang in his first visit to North Korea in 7 years. The trip's likely meant to reassert China's unique influence over North Korea in return for providing economic and political benefits. She's expected to hold a summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, but mostly so. Foreign experts predict the meeting would have big ramifications on bilateral ties and beyond, as both leaders seek to restore their traditional cooperation in the face of separate confrontations with the US. China has long been North Korea's economic lifeline and main diplomatic backer. I'm Charles de la Tesma.
Powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake has rocked the southern Philippines. At least 32 people were killed. Most of those deaths occurring in a landslide. Today's quake causing buildings to collapse and also triggered small tsunamis. News and analysis, townhall.com. Well, regardless of what President Trump tries to do, seems there's always a court challenge waiting in the wings.
A federal lawsuit seeks to halt the upcoming UFC fight card on the White House South Lawn, time for President Donald Trump's 80th birthday and part of the celebration of the nation's 250th anniversary. The filing Saturday by the Public Integrity Project on behalf of 2 Virginia residents contends the Trump administration's authorization of the June 14th event violated National Park Service regulations prohibiting sporting events on federal park lands. It also says Congress did not consent to the towering arch overlooking the event space. The White House says the lawsuit is baseless. I'm Geffen Coolball.
Denny Hamlin has prevailed at Michigan International Speedway, earning his second consecutive NASCAR Cup Series victory from the pole position. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travelation, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Monday, everybody.
Your boy.
Welcome to it.
Hopefully your weekend was just splendiferous.
Yeah, hope you had a good one.
Oh, scorcher, though.
Yeah,
Man, yesterday was...
At least half of it. Yeah, Saturday was
Saturday was nice, actually. I mean, it was towards the end of the day, it was a little bit, a little harsh.
Yeah.
But, first part of the day was quite nice.
Well, if you like the hot,
springy.
You got a whole week of it.
Oh, yay.
Yeah,
happy, joy.
I'll give you the top here. Today, 100. Tomorrow, 98. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 104.
Oh, my gosh.
Thursday, 103.
Sweet.
99 on Friday.
Yeah. I always make the joke that you can tell it's going to be hot when you look at the National Weather Service weather page because the sky has changed colors.
It's all yellow.
Yeah. Once the sky goes, and actually once it hits 110, there's like a red tinge to it. It's like, you're going to die out here.
Well, if you're looking for a little rested, there is a chance of thunderstorms Friday. And into the weekend. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Just in time for your time off.
That's right.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit short.
You got one foot out the door?
I got 1 week of vacation. Like I'll do the show.
1 week till vacation.
Yeah, 1 week until vacation. Yeah, I'll work this week and then I'll do the show Monday. And after the show Monday, we'll head out and do our thing.
Mike's not even going to sit down on Monday. He's going to be standing. He's going to do the show and then he'll end at 9:58 and I'll just be like dead air, walk into his studio, like, I guess I'm going to finish this thing.
I may be shirtless, but I'll probably wear
bye, Mike. I'll walk into the smoke that's shaped like Mike.
Right.
Pew,
sunscreen on the nose.
Yep.
Yeah, but I got another week. But I'm in kind of like I'm ready to get out of town for a little bit.
Yeah.
A little R&R. So, but got another week. We'll be around for a week here. So happy Monday. Happy. It is summer at least. Now it's feeling like summer, and you got summer on the brain.
Last week was sort of like, I mean, I know it was first full week of summer for kids, but it didn't feel like summer at least from my perspective, because I had a kid at Camp Invention. So I was still doing the run out, drop off, run out, pick up.
How did he enjoy the week?
He loved it. He had a blast. He brought home all his projects. I did find out the capybara is a bit of a point of contention in the family. My daughter really, really likes it, and she's
You were not
jealous.
at Camp Invention.
I was like, dude, there's things that you get and there's things that he gets, and I literally paid so much money for him to have this capybara. Just let him have his thing, okay?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm about to pay more money for your camp, so just chill for a minute.
That's right. She's doing the Black Rocket camp, right? Yeah. She's more into the roadblocks.
The roadblocks.
Yeah.
The roadblocks.
Or what are they called?
It's roadblocks.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
If you're ever around,
I still don't know what they are.
If you're ever around a group of young children, like you have a little sister, you could annoy her with this.
Yeah.
Just go into the kitchen, reach into the cutlery drawer, grab a fork and a knife.
Yes.
Walk up to her and go, "Fork, knife. Am I doing this right?"
What will be her response?
She'll have to go back to the back of the room and pick up her eyes that she rolled out of her head.
All right. What does that mean? I have no idea.
It's a reference to the game Fortnite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fork knife. Oh, I got you.
There you go. Yeah. And then I had to explain that reference means, yeah, you should do that.
Yeah.
It would work really well for you.
Lemon on a pear.
Lemon on a pear. But
Mazel tov.
Yeah, monster truck. But so all in all, just ready for a week of just let the kids do their kid thing, and I can focus on being here and not having to constantly leave.
Yeah, that's true. So are you? Because I know your wife was also out of town last week.
She was
your mom, your wife's kid, your kid's mom.
Kid's mom. Yeah. She was out of town this week. By the way, just real quick shout out, happy birthday, Carletta. It is her.
Very good.
Yeah, it is her 14th, 30th birthday.
Nice.
No, she won't let me say how old she is. But yeah, happy birthday, Carletta. Ironically,
you're not married anymore. What you gonna do?
Yeah, she shares a birthday with someone who I used to make this joke and it used to be good, but now that he's completely changed who he is as a person, she shares a birthday with Kanye West.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I used to make with someone who's been important for in all of our lives. Someone who's made a huge impact. Happy birthday, Kanye West.
I think mine are like Al Pacino and Renee Zellweger.
Al Pacino and Renee Zellweger.
Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha, indubitably. But yeah, so they're with Mom this week, and then actually it'll be fun. I'll have them and be doing your show next week. So.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. I'm sure you're super sorry.
I'm not that sorry.
Yeah, you're not that sorry.
I'm going to be having a good day.
He's going to go sip fruity drink. Sorry.
I'm not going to lie. I plan to eat copious amounts of Creole / seafood.
Yeah, absolutely. You should definitely
next week.
Seafood it up. You're going to be, you're going to Seafood's house, basically.
Right.
So, yeah, you should definitely get down on some of that Creole type flavors.
Yeah. I am going to be eating a beignet. I'm going to have some kind of jambalaya or etouffee or all of the above.
Jambalaya.
Weirdly enough, I want to find some fried chicken.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I've seen so many of these like Food Network shows, and they talk about all these great fried chicken places down there, and I'm like, I got to eat some fried chicken down there.
Look, I know we've got a guest, and we got to get to it.
Yeah.
But you said Food Network, and that triggered something in me. I went down an insane rabbit hole this weekend.
Did you? With Food Network?
Specifically with one Food Network alum.
Guy Fieri?
Yep.
I'm about to say it's either him or what's his name?
Yeah, exactly.
Bobby Flay.
Yeah, Bobby Flay. No, this was it was a 30-minute video.
Yeah.
That went in and examined Guy Fieri on all of his different diners, drive-ins, and dives, all these shows. Guy Fieri never swallows.
I've seen the videos of them showing that he doesn't eat.
And this guy went deep. He's like, watch the bite that he puts in his mouth isn't the bite that they show on camera.
Those, yeah.
And he squirrels it. He squirrels the food, but then they never show me. He's like, not that there's much neck there to begin with, but you never see any movement in his neck. I'm like, so Guy Fieri never swallows his food.
I'm going to take a guess here because I've seen some of the videos of which you started probably your rabbit hole trek. I'm going to say there's some of he probably doesn't, but there's literally 80,000 hours of that show, and he's eating sometimes.
And that's the thing is he can't. I mean, I understand you can't stuff yourself because you're probably doing several takes of the show. But at the same time...
But I have seen him eat on that show.
You should work in a take of him swallowing at some point.
Yeah.
And it's never happened.
I've watched him eat multiple bites of foods before, where like he had a plate and he's like, oh my good, and then he goes in twice.
And he goes in.
So, yeah.
But it was insane. Because
the guy showed you what he wanted to see to prove his point.
Well, no, but that's the thing. He picked two random episodes. Like he picked two random, like he went over, like slowed him down to 0.25 and was showing certain scenes. The thing that got me was the part where he was like the food that he put on his fork. It was this giant piece of potato, and then he showed the food that he put in his mouth. It was like a sliver of food. He's servicing the fork at best.
Well, I would say great. Now go turn on Food Network, which is pretty much all the time when they have some kind of marathon of diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Right.
And watch like 3 episodes or 2 episodes, you're going to see him chow down a bunch in it.
I need to see it now. I need to see him at least do one time. Because you've seen him chow down, sure.
I know, but the internet makes you think away.
But all the jump cuts, even if he goes in for a second bite, all the jump cuts, have you ever personally seen him?
Yes.
Swallow.
I've seen him do meal like he loved it so much he actually went in with another bite behind the other bite.
I'm not saying he didn't go in for a second bite, but there was probably a couple of cuts in between that.
But all I'm saying he's eating. I mean, I don't know if that's all I'm saying. His food is going in his gullet and is being consumed.
Hey, I now that I've been presented point, I need counterpoint. You understand?
I think they present you the evidence in a way that makes you do. But if you just sat down and watched the show, the man's consuming all the whole episode.
Receipts. That's all I'm saying, okay? Receipts. Present receipts.
Well, if they let me just sit there and watch Food Network for a while, we could sit here and watch Diners and Drives and Dives because it's probably on right now.
I mean, I could put a phone call into the main office. See what happens.
Man, you didn't want to come on today. We'll just sit there and watch TV. All right, we should get the show going. Oh, now I'm kind of hungry. We do have a full slate for you today. Matt Bristol, Bristol Law, will join us here, not to watch Food Network, but to talk practical sage advice when it comes to law for your family and business. In the 8 o'clock hour, around 8:15, we're going to have some of our the students, UNM, they do this program for their medical students where they join this rural medicine program. And so these young, soon-to-be doctors, they bring them down to communities like Roswell, and they go spend a month down here servicing and doing rural. Why do I keep saying rural medicine? I think I was thinking about Royal Family Kids Camp earlier, and that's kind of why it's in my brain. But anyway, and so we will talk to some of this year's students in that program. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, John and perhaps his wife, Crystal Noble, will join us as well, wearing their Roswell Seed hat, give us an update on things and happening over at Roswell Seed as weather's getting warmer and burning out all your grass and plants and everything else. So they'll be here to help. Plus, we'll have all of your normal features, the news and what have you, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do any of that, let's take a gander at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Today's highs 100 to 105 with strong high pressure over the southwest. We're getting a lot of sunshine. The wind should stay pretty light. Overnight, a little bit breezy, upper 60s and clear, and then we get upper 90s to about 100 for the highs on Tuesday. Breezy during the afternoon hours and lots of sunshine, going to about 105 and sunny again on Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 66 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 56% with winds out of the southwest at 3 miles per hour. If you like hot, you got a whole week of it. Expect the highs right around 100 today under sunny skies. Winds out of the south 5 to 10. Tonight, clear. Overnight low of 70. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday, sunny 98. So it's going to be 100, even though it won't officially hit 100. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, we're looking at sunny skies. 104 are expected high on Wednesday. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, not a whole lot better. Uh-oh. My computer freeze up? It sure did. That's not good. Well, Thursday, it's going to be sunny and hot with a high of 103. And then Friday, we do have a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, sunny, hot with a high of 99. Oh, yeah, my computer did. It's locked up. I'm going to have to do a hard reboot on that bad boy. But it froze it right where the weather. So good thing I refreshed the weather about 5 minutes ago. So that's only slightly old. It is 7:19. We're going to take a quick commercial break that includes your Roswell Livestock Report recap, or actually be your first day report here with Smiley Wooten. And then on the other side, Matt Bristol will join us with Bristol Law. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive AFib care right here in Southeast New Mexico.
Summer's here and the heat is on at Roswell Honda with hot deals and cool payments like a 2023 Chevy Malibu just $266 a month, 2018 Nissan Rogue just $249 a month, or a 2021 Chevy Trax just $212 a month. How about a 2018 Nissan Sentra just $177 a month, or a 2018 Jeep Renegade just $162 a month? And get pre-approved today for your chance to win $200 in free gas. The heat is on all month long at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
The summer heat in New Mexico can put extra stress on your heart. Artesia General Hospital and our cardiology experts remind families, protect your heart while traveling and spending time outdoors. Stay hydrated, avoid strenuous activity during the hottest hours, and never ignore symptoms like chest pain, shortness of breath, dizziness, or irregular heartbeat. Take medications as prescribed and keep them cool during travel. Dr. Luther Weathers, MD in Artesia, and Elizabeth Madison, ACNP in Carlsbad, specialize in comprehensive heart care, from high blood pressure and heart rhythm issues to preventive wellness. Don't wait until it's an emergency. Get checked and enjoy summer with peace of mind. For extra cardiology services close to home, trust Artesia General Hospital. Artesia General Hospital. Healthy summers start here with heart care you can count on.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A lighter run today following some decent rains in the drawing area, but a good selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, light yearlings, cow-calf pairs. We expect to sell 650 head, breaking down like this: 100, 125 weight cows and bulls, 40 to 60 pairs bred cows, 450. 500 calves and yearlings today sale will include 60 weight cows off one ranch. They are medium to good flesh. 25 cow-calf pairs, mostly black, white face, red, white face English crossbred cows and black calves, 5 to 10 years old. 64 calves, Mr. Bill Watson, Causey, New Mexico, ex-quality black and red Angus and Brangus, and Charolais crossbred calves, cattle weaned 45, 60 days, 2 rounds of shots, 475, 600 pounds, 36 light steer yearlings, Cross A Ranch, Hope, New Mexico, ex-quality black Brangus crosses, thin condition, cattle weaned 45 plus days, 550, 675 pounds. 20 calves of 2T partnerships at Pecos, Texas, ex-quality black and black white face Angus crossbreds, Bovinshield Gold 7-way, medium condition, 450, 600 pounds. 16 calves, Wilson Stevens, Hagerman, New Mexico, ex-quality black Angus crossbred calves, Bovinshield Gold, Vision 7 at Brandon, 500, 625 pounds. 24 calves, Mr. Jim Espy at Fort Davis, Texas, excellent quality black Angus calves, 1 round of shots, medium condition, 375, 575 pounds, and 44 calves, the JAT Cattle Company, Sierra Blanca, Texas, good quality crossbred calves, medium condition, 300, 450 pounds. Sale time this morning will be 9 o'clock. Sell pairs bred cows 9:30. Be selling calves and yearlings about 9:45 to 10 o'clock. Pretty short on weight cows and bulls. Be on pairs, breds, calves, and yearlings pretty quick. We expect to sell 650 head here today. This is Smiley Wooten.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. For the ultimate workout, fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning, all the way from the 4th floor, Matt Bristol back with us from Bristol Law. Good morning, Matt.
Morning, Mike. How you doing today?
Doing good. How about yourself?
So far, so good. It's going to be a hot one.
If you like hot, you got a week of Shangri-La for you.
That's right. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, but it is summer. It is New Mexico, so but it's kind of. I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be 100 yet, but at least warm. So,
well, it's June, so it's going to start warming up. That's for sure.
Absolutely. But folks not familiar, Matt joins us each month as an attorney. He by day practices law, and but when he comes on, he joins us each month to talk legal advice when it comes for family stuff to business things, anywhere from smart moves to actually avoid a lot of legal issues for your business or your family. Yeah. That's generally what we talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of how to avoid seeing Matt more often.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So we that's what we do each month is talk about that. So
last month we kind of talked about, don't do stupid stuff or try to make good decisions, try to stay away from bad decisions. And so we're going to kind of use that and kind of segue into today's kind of stuff.
Okay.
And so some of the bad decisions you want to avoid is sometimes we see elderly people and they have a lot of credit card debt or maybe it's medical debt. And they get a reverse mortgage or home equity line of credit to pay off that unsecured debt.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is a bad decision, and one wants to avoid that kind of stuff.
Well, and this is when we talk about sometimes about like when you die and what bills you want to pay and not pay and things like that. So we're getting into that territory a little bit, and it's like, you know, you're going to give away the farm to do this or what, you know, and so that's kind of what you're talking about here, right? A little bit.
Yeah, you want to be judicious.
Yeah.
You know, so for example, each state has what are called exemption laws.
Mm-hmm.
And exemption means these are assets that are exempt from collection efforts by creditors. So if you were to not pay a credit card, not pay the car, you're in a car wreck, you get sued, and somebody has a judgment against you, and they seek to collect that judgment, there are certain assets that are exempt from those collection efforts.
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason we do that is because we don't want our citizens driven into poverty.
Sure.
We don't want our citizens sitting on the road with nothing but the clothes on their back. So in a homestead example, each homestead owner can protect $150,000 worth of net equity or net positive value in the home.
Okay.
So if, you know, you and your spouse have a home that's worth $200,000, then that's a protected asset. And why would you get a mortgage on that home to pay unsecured bills?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's just a bad decision.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're the one, your one nest egg, your one thing you got that's going to, and you're basically giving that away to, so you're, I mean, that's kind of what we're saying here. It's a dumb move.
Yeah. So
protected.
So hopefully, you know, your homestead's paid off.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people that don't have a paid off homestead, but everybody needs a place to live. And if you have a place to live that's paid off and you're saving that kind of expense every month, why would you go get a mortgage on the house to pay off the credit card?
Sure.
Because the credit card guys can't touch the house anyway.
Yeah. So might as well don't
do that.
Yeah. Keep that safe.
Yeah.
So
don't do that.
And I imagine because, and this is again getting to, you know, when seniors, when you're at that retirement age, and most are on a very fixed income, and let's face it, you're going to have. We're all going to the same place at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And so you have to work that a little bit into your plans, but also understand that certain things are not going to get when you die. And I guess this is, I don't know. Some people like, you know, it's their payback. I died. You ain't getting that credit card. I ran up the card and died. You know, that's kind of really a thing. You know, if it's. I'm not saying recommend it, but I'm saying, you know, if that does happen and your say your parents pass and you're left holding the bag with a bunch of credit, don't be paying if you don't have
to. Well, exactly. Yeah. Don't be doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Another thing that's people can protect from creditors, another exempt asset, is $10,000 worth of equity or positive net worth in a motor vehicle.
Okay.
So if you've just bought a motor vehicle, you know, it's upside down for the first couple of years anyway.
Right.
But you get to protect $10,000, and that $10,000 can be split between different vehicles.
Okay.
If necessary.
So if you got two $5,000 vehicles roughly blue booked at $5,000, you can cover them both, basically. Right. Gotcha.
And so these exemptions, these protections are per person. So if there's a husband and wife, then you double it.
Okay, so you got $20,000 to play with as a couple.
Right.
And with a house, does that double as well?
It is.
Okay. For
a total of $300,000.
Which will cover a house. Many houses around here.
Covers a lot of house. Yeah. So what about household goods, furnishings, that kind of stuff? So the way they value that is everything you and I own is used. So
pretty much.
Yeah. So that's how we value household goods and furnishings and clothing is used value. If you had to go to a secondhand store and replace your clothes, what would that cost at secondhand store prices? Or if you had to buy a table and chairs just as old as the ones you have.
Gotcha.
What would that cost? Or replace the bedroom set with stuff just as old as what you have. And so that is a hugely, in my mind, generous exemption. Because per person, it's $75,000.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know anybody's got that much crap at used prices. I mean, that's a whole lot of stuff.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have that much crap.
Like, we're just talking like furniture and things like that. I mean, does that include like jewelry and like?
Jewelry separate.
Okay.
So it is valued the same way as used
or
jewelry.
artwork or something.
Jewelry's $5,000 per person.
Okay.
But it's valued as used jewelry.
Okay. What about like artwork and stuff, or is that just considered stuff?
Well, so that it's $2,500.
Okay. So if you got a few Picassos out there, you might.
Yeah, so
might want to get some extra insurance on.
I guess nobody from Santa Fe had any input on this, this list.
Yeah, I got a couple Maya Angelou's hanging up in there.
Yeah, so artwork's way down there.
Yeah. But interesting. So
it is.
So really, what you're saying is, things are protected here. Don't hold. But I mean, they're gonna before they scare. You get the phone calls and the menacing, and they're gonna scare you into giving up your everything. You've got rights. You've got abilities to protect a lot of these assets. And before you just start kowtowing to the debt collectors, you need to know what your rights are and know what they physically can take and what they can't. And that's half the battle, because they'll tell you all kinds of things to get their money. They're going to lie to you. They don't care.
It used to be really bad.
Yeah.
Well, about 15 years ago, we went through a period where credit card companies or collection agencies were offshoring the collection efforts. And so these would be non-U.S. citizens making these phone calls, and you can tell by the accent. And they were telling people, we're going to send the sheriff out. Well, under U.S. law, it's illegal to say that, number one, because, number two, it ain't going to happen.
Right. It's an empty gesture.
Somebody has to sue you, have a successful judgment, and then they start collection efforts.
Yeah.
And all these assets are still exempt.
Civil law, they don't have their own cops and just go bust it into your house.
No. So if some collection agency says, well, we're going to send the cops to collect this, that is a lie.
Good luck with that.
That's called a taking by the state without due compensation.
Just be like, I held the coffee waiting when they get here.
Yeah. Now, once they get a judgment, that's a different story.
Sure.
Law enforcement will do some efforts to collect.
But there is a thing by a judge saying, go there and do this. That's
correct.
Different. No company can do that. A judge that's been, federally or state appointed or elected can do these things.
That is the distinction. It's the court order now at that point.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they'll say, well, if you don't pay this credit card bill, you're going to be arrested. Well, that's a lie also. The only thing you go to jail for not paying are two things. Do you know what they are?
Two things you can go to jail for?
For not paying. Two debts. For not paying.
It's going to be something weird, like taxes.
Taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Al Capone.
Yeah. Taxes.
Taxes is one, and the other is...
It's going to be something weird, isn't it?
No, it's child support.
Child support. Okay, that makes sense. See, I kind of lump that into anything that government collects, pretty much.
So child support, you can't go to jail for. Interestingly, in New Mexico, when we talk about these exemptions from collection efforts, does not apply to child support.
Interesting.
For child support debt, they can have the sheriff go in and empty your house.
And that makes sense, because in theory, if the kid is lacking and you're doing well, they're gonna they don't take kindly to that.
Yeah,
as they should. But that makes sense. So as long as you're not in the rears on your child support or your taxes, you're probably okay here. So
yeah.
So
So you can protect $15,000 what are called tools of trade.
Gotcha.
So for a carpenter, those would be carpentry tools. For a lawyer, there'd be law books. So, somebody who's a working person can protect their tools of trade. A plumber would have tools of trade as well. I guess some Yankees had some input onto this because you can only protect 2 firearms. It's like...
I guess you only got 2 hands, one for each.
I guess.
That's the logic there.
They think these people are minors or what? Only 2?
Does it stipulate whether it's a handgun or rifle or shotgun? Or...
No, fortunately, it doesn't restrict that.
Okay.
Now, it does. One of the cool things is your tax refunds are protected.
Okay.
Which I think is just awesome.
Yeah.
And they're their own little category.
I actually got one this year. I haven't got one of those in a long time. I usually have to pay. I actually got a refund this time. Yeah, I was happy.
Well, as a self-employed person, I don't know what those are.
Yeah, but this year I did. Thank Donald Trump, I guess. I don't know. I did a good year. I had a good year this way with taxes. I got money back.
It says refundable federal and state tax credits, and there's no dollar amount.
Oh.
Cool.
So it's the sky's the limit. However much Uncle Sam you overpaid to or whatever, you're gonna, that one's protected.
Yeah. For personal property, you get what's called a $15,000 miscellaneous, and that's in case you have a car that's over the limit or jewelry that's over the limit. You can use that miscellaneous.
Okay.
You can protect some cash.
Makes sense. It covers whatever isn't covered. This kind of is your catch-all for the rest of that kind of thing.
It's just kind of miscellaneous. Now, if you don't have a homestead, they have another an exemption in lieu of homestead.
Okay, so if you're renting,
gotcha. So you get an extra $15,000.
Okay,
to protect assets that you may have.
Okay,
which is nice because not everybody owns a home.
And then if they're also in, say, the senior part, they may be living in a retirement community or something where you don't own that property, or you're so it could be in that scenario too. So it makes sense. It's probably more common than you think.
So federal law says Social Security is exempt from collection efforts.
Okay.
So a lot of times I'll have older couples that come in and want to know about bankruptcy, and I'll ask them, what are your sources of income? And they'll say Social Security. And I'll say, well, okay, you realize that's non-garnishable. No creditor can take that money. They can't garnish it at the source. They can't garnish it after it hits the bank.
Yeah.
They can't even touch that money.
It's yours as long as you're alive to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So asset-wise, do you really need a bankruptcy or don't you? So I'll give them some options.
Mm-hmm.
They may have some non-bankruptcy options.
Yeah, but like you said, if you got other side hustles or whatever, they've got other income coming in, then that might be more impacted, and then we got to talk. But if you're living on Social Security,
Yes, and so if they have a part-time job, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
There's garnishment occurs at certain levels, but not at other certain levels.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe their money is subject to garnishment and maybe not.
And what you have might fall in the other limits, or you're protected. Your house, your cars, and you're like, what? You're good. You're all under the limits. If they come at you tomorrow, everything you're entitled to.
Yeah.
You go through the numbers. It's like you're good. Maybe work on paying your bills, but let's. You're covered now.
Well, and bankruptcy would provide an emotional relief from phone calls and letters and things. But, financially they may not need one, but emotionally they may want one.
Sure.
So I try to give them options and not just take their money and do whatever.
Absolutely. But, if you're looking to, put it this way, if you know your rights, you don't set yourself up to getting screwed, basically. And this is what we're talking about here is don't just trust what the guy on the other end of the phone's telling you. Whatever they tell you, don't believe it. Get off the phone and go talk to someone that, talk to your creditor itself. Talk to a guy like Matt. Whatever it is, you need to not just take whatever that guy who calls you out of the blue screaming whatever threatening thing at you. So,
or what your neighbor says, or your buddy says,
or what you heard on the internet, or what you read on the internet.
Yeah, at least come get some accurate information, and then go home and think over your options. But at least with accurate information, you can make more informed decisions.
Sure. Now, that being said, keep listening to Matt. You could avoid getting in this situation altogether.
Yes.
But hindsight's 20/20 for many folks. I get that.
Yeah, you should have been listening last month. Stay out of trouble.
It's true. But I get it. Life happens sometimes, and but sometimes. And I know, just, all of us, a couple of series of unfortunate events in a row, we're all in the same pickle. You know what I mean? We're all that way. I mean, I don't care how much money you got. A couple of bad events in a row, and you could be on a situation where homeless and penniless. So,
yeah. It's a lot of people are just on the edge anyway.
Absolutely.
People feel secure. I mean, it could be a couple of really bad turns of fate, and we all hurting puppies.
And this is the thing and it's really hard to hear this when you're young. I get it. Because when you're young and you make dumb mistakes, yes, a lot of times you're young to recover on some of these things. But, man, if you just listen a little bit to some of the financial stuff and just having a plan. I know there's hardly an 18, 19-year-old thinking about owning a house or anything. They're thinking about 20 other things other than that. But if you just set yourself up to set the table to do that, then you're going to find it so much easier 10 years later or whenever that is that you decide to settle down and be more, own a home and putting roots kind of down type thing. It's you set the table up for so much, because when you're young, you can, setting up those insurances and setting up a plan to own a home or to start buying instead of renting at that age. Everyone's life's unique and the right time on that stuff. But I know, generally speaking, the younger you do some of those things and the more planning you do on those things at your young age, the easier it is when you're 40, 50, 60 and thinking about, maybe settling, retiring, or doing something else with your life. It's a lot easier when you thought a little bit at 20.
Indeed.
Yep. So.
Yeah, and youngsters, if you're listening, school doesn't teach you how to do that stuff.
No.
Most of our parents don't teach us how to do that stuff. So what that means is you're going to have to go out there and read or get a podcast or something. You're going to have to teach yourself. You're going to have to go out there, find that information. And there's going to be some bad information out there on the internet, as long as good information, as well as good information.
Absolutely. There are tried and trues out there. Depending on who you stumble across, there's your Dave Ramsey folks out there. It's like you just follow that guy and you'll be aight kind of thing. And some will. Now I'll warn you, he's an extreme. He'll tell you some things, and you're like, man, does this guy have any fun? But maybe you don't need to go that extreme. But find go to the tried and trues on those people. Definitely talk to your family. If you've got family members that are your parents that are or grandfather and they got nest eggs, talk to them. What they're doing, talk to those folks that you respect and know that they did some smart things with their money, and ask them what they did.
Yeah. So if they did smart things, I ask them, what did you do that worked out well?
Yeah.
What did you do that
and 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you the dumb stuff they did first and be like, I learned this the hard way kind of thing.
Yeah. And that's the other question is what would you have done different? So most commonly they'll say, well, I wish I'd started saving for retirement earlier and more.
Pretty much the things Matt and I have been telling you on this show, that's what they're going to tell you. But yes,
don't buy debt.
Yeah. And I know it's unfun and unsexy, and you're 20 and you got the world, you this and that. I get it. But, oh, man, if you just a little bit, especially if you're in that world where it's like, you got to get to college, and you're so busy focused on getting your education or getting that training to whatever you want to be, that's important. But while you're doing that, start planning a little bit, whatever that is financially, whether it's investing, whether it's, starting that mutual fund or starting something into that, or if it's, I'm going to, start reaching towards owning a home right now, and once you get a home and you're in the game, and as long as you didn't buy a complete lemon weirdo, which is really hard to do, there's a lot of things in place to prevent you from doing that, especially if you're going to need to finance said home, which most of us are going to do.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of options there, but the younger you can start that plan, the better off you, because it's really, every time you're paying a mortgage, you're investing back in yourself as opposed to a lease or a rent. Yeah. And it's, now, yes, there's the right time and a wrong time, but the earlier you can get into that game where you're paying, you're basically paying a mortgage, investing in your own future as opposed to someone else's, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah, my godson's brother, he and his wife just finished all their schooling and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They bought a house, and they got a few, I think, student loans, but they bought their first house. They're all excited. Very lovely house in Albuquerque. And I said, so is it a 30-year mortgage? He goes, yeah. I said, well, pull out your phone, and 360 months times your mortgage payment is how much? And his jaw dropped because it's 3 times the cost of the house.
Yeah.
I said, so if you add on your monthly amount, you just add 17% and apply it towards principal, you pay it off in 20 years. You save a third, which is basically the cost of the house. That's how much you save in interest.
Mm-hmm. Plus, you're building the equity quicker. Oh, yeah. And let's face it, especially if it's your first home, you're probably not going to be living in it through the term of whatever, even if it's a 15-year. You know what I mean? You're just probably not, because life's going to happen. Life's going to change. You're going to need a bigger house. You're going to need some,
Well, but the good thing, so if you get a 15-year,
yeah,
and even if you move in 10 or 12 years, there's so much equity now in the house.
You did great.
You use that to buy the next house with another 15-year mortgage.
Yeah, so that's why what Matt's telling you is in putting that much, yes, you're because you're building that equity, because that's what you're doing. The more you put to the principal, the more equity. So the more house you can buy next time when you're looking to buy it. So when you're ready to add another bedroom or add another garage or time for a pool, whatever that is, your finances will go along with that because you've been building equity. And then you're going to hit to some point where the kids get out and they're off, and you're like, I don't need a 4-bedroom home anymore. I just need a two-bedroom condo here, And then you downsize. That's life, But let's, but you starting early, you're able to when you're 30 or whenever it is that you hit that milestone where you're with the kids and all that, you've got your thing in place, and you're kind of already financially grown to that position.
So start small. One of the mistakes I see people is they buy too much house, and then so it's too much. It's a fixed monthly expense that they can't get rid of, can't reduce. And even if you got a baby, a baby doesn't need a 2,500 square foot house.
No.
Okay, so start small with a 15-year mortgage. Before they're even in middle school, now you've traded up with all that equity you had in the first house. And so just kind of work your way up that way. But kids and young adults, you're going to have to learn this stuff. Read it, podcast it. You're going to have to educate yourself on this stuff because school didn't teach you.
No.
I'm betting mommy and daddy didn't teach you. You're going to have to learn this stuff.
Yeah, mom and dad taught me minimally. They taught me a little bit, but, they didn't. I mean, I went in the military, and I don't even know if they do this anymore, but because no one writes them anymore. But I literally had how to write checks, how to do a thing. That was a class in basic training when I went in the 90s. I don't know if they do that now, but it was then because they know no one teaches this stuff, and it's like, well, and they get these 18-year-olds, you hand them their first paycheck, and they're buying cars. Now, half of them don't listen, and they end up in trouble, but they do try to warn you on the bare bones, balancing a budget. And now you don't write in checks so much and all that, but you still should be balancing, whether you're doing it on an app on your phone or whatever it is. You need to have some kind of plan what you do each month with your money.
And I think debit cards are real danger because nobody keeps track of their spending. They don't write down their spending. They don't keep track of their spending.
Unless you're constantly on your website every time updating your thing and doing all that, which 99% of people aren't doing.
No.
They don't do that until they're like, how come my car got declined? Oh, I'm broke. That's why.
Yeah.
Right.
So another asset that is hugely important that Mike and I kind of just touched on is we said on the tax credits, tax refunds, there's no dollar limit on how much you can protect in your tax refund.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, when it comes to retirement's a protected asset, and there's no upper limit.
So don't dip into it to pay debt.
Exactly.
If you don't absolutely have
Don't
to.
use it to pay credit card debt or some medical bills. So you could have $500,000 in retirement. It's a protected asset. There is no upper limit.
Yeah, and this is why people, like, when they get ideas for their big thing, and that's when they say, I'm going to dip into my retirement to do it. I was like, well, you better be darn sure your idea is going to be good, because you just basically took your safety net away.
Yeah.
So that's why we talk about. That's why they say, even if you get into credit card debt, whatever it is, you don't touch your retirement to pay for that, because that is a protected asset.
It is.
Yep.
So even when you retire and you start receiving that retirement check for public employees, or in your wife's case, educational retirement check, or maybe you're just pulling money out of the 401, that's retirement money. It's still protected from creditors. So that's a hugely important asset to have.
Absolutely. So if you got that set up, do everything in your power to keep it going, and don't mess with it unless it's time to retire.
Yeah. So educate yourselves.
Yep, absolutely.
Learn how this stuff works.
Absolutely. Before we do go here, we always want to talk a little, fact fiction kind of stuff. We got time for some of that
Fiction
here
and
today?
fact.
Yes.
That's Almanac.
There it is. I need to get better at the rhyming. If I remember the rhyming part, I'd remember it better.
So the first rifles, firearms, actually were cannons. And then they started making them smaller and smaller and smaller till a person could carry them.
Right.
But they were called matchlocks.
Yes.
And a match for them was this long, actually burning fuse, piece of rope that had gunpowder in it that was slowly burned.
Kind of like Looney Tunes when you watch the think of that.
Yeah. So they used that fuse, that quote match, to set off the gunpowder and the gun would fire. And then when the Revolutionary War came around, they had flint locks. So the lock language is the all the mechanical parts.
Right.
You cock the hammer, you pull the trigger. So all that lock work is what they mean by lock.
Gotcha. Kind of similar in a water term. If you heard like canals, they use a lock system. Same principle.
Yeah, there you go. So there's specialized clock makers who make this lock work and lock. So then they had a percussion cap, and finally they had cartridge ammunition for rifles and shotguns. So that was a great big invention, and it was huge in England because now you could go out and duck hunt and you didn't have to worry about your gunpowder getting wet.
You hear the keep your powder dry.
There you go.
That's the era.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this huge explosion came of people making shotguns, and some of them are still around.
Okay.
Holland and Holland's still around. Purdy's still around. Wesley Richards is still around. So these are now very expensive heirloom quality firearms. But back then, there's this huge proliferation. The problem is you go to the locksmith, have the lock work done, right?
Right.
And then you would go to the guy that made the stock for the gun and choose your wood and polish and engraving. But then you had to have a barrel, right, to shoot the shotgun. And so you had to go these different places to get all these parts. And so finally somebody came up with the idea of, well, let's just put it in one house. And we'll do the whole thing all at once, just in one place. And so that's where the expression comes from.
Lock, stock, and barrel.
Lock, stock, and barrel.
We got everything lock, stock, and barrel.
That's right.
Right there.
All
That's
in one
pretty
place.
cool. That's a good one. I did not know that one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. That's where that comes from.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you. Of course, if you need Matt because you didn't listen to some of our advice earlier, or if you want to talk about some of those things, maybe you ain't dipped the toe yet, and you're like, hey, I want to set up anything from a will or some of those types of stuff to business stuff, please don't hesitate to visit Matt's website, bristollaw.net.
BristolLawOffice.net.
No, lawoffice.net. I'm sorry.
That's right.
And then you can call, set up a consultation. They'll sit down and talk with you and determine whether we need some serious lawyering or just a simple couple of documents to fill out and send you on your way, kind of.
Be glad to help you. 625-5284. And Mike, have a great week. Stay cool.
Well, you do the same. And any trips on the horizon here?
Well, the Scouts. Oh,
so you got any Winhennepay trips this summer coming up?
It's next week. But today we were supposed to do some flag stuff at Pioneer Plaza. And Good Morning America was going to film it.
Oh, wow.
For Flag Day. But then I just found out this morning that, well, maybe they're not going to. So I don't know what that means. But the kids go to Winhennepay next week. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'd be nice. It'd be a good setting if they're going to do it here on the plaza downtown and all that.
Yeah, keep our fingers crossed, yeah.
Well, maybe. Maybe it's not out of the woods yet. So.
Yeah.
Matt, as always, appreciate the visit. Thank you for everything. And holler if we can do anything for you.
Absolutely.
Good deal. 7:57, let's pause for news. And maybe I can work in weather and all that before more news. Don't go away.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Israel and Iran have been exchanging fire, raising fears that the tenuous ceasefire could completely unravel. Anxious to make a deal that would end the hostilities, President Trump is urging both sides to hold their fire. Israel has been striking Iranian proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon, while Iran has been firing into Israel, although now the Iranian military says it's through attacking Israel, at least for the time being. The NYPD holding a suspect in a series of stabbings at New York's Penn Station last night. A half dozen people were injured. Security is being stepped up ahead of President Trump's planned visit to Madison Square Garden, directly above Penn Station, for tonight's Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Police in Toledo, Ohio, searching for suspects following a weekend mass shooting at a crowded street festival. A dozen people were injured. More details at srnnews.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Today's highs 100 to 105 with strong high pressure over the southwest. We're getting a lot of sunshine. The wind should stay pretty light. Overnight, a little bit breezy, upper 60s and clear, and then we get upper 90s to about 100 for the highs on Tuesday. Breezy during the afternoon hours and lots of sunshine, going to about 105 and sunny again on Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The American job market continues to show strength. Employers added 172,000 jobs in May, and the unemployment rate remained at 4.3%. That's according to the Labor Department. New York State lawmakers passed a ban on businesses setting individualized prices for consumers based on their personal data. The One Fair Price Act would prohibit companies from setting prices based on data that could be traced to a person or their device. Saks Global is ready to emerge from Chapter 11. The New York-based upscale department store conglomerate, parent of Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, and Bergdorf Goodman, said the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of Texas had approved its Financial Reorganization 11 plan. There are no signs of jet fuel shortages in Europe in the coming months, despite the energy shock from the Iran war, though high prices are prompting airlines to cut uneconomic routes. The European Union's transport chief has reported. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Israel and Iran have exchanged more fire, raising fears that the delicate ceasefire could completely unravel, although now the Iranian military is saying we're all done, at least for the time being.
Iran's Joint Command said Monday it was halting its offensive operations after Israel and Iran exchanged fire in their first attack since the U.S. struck a ceasefire with Iran 2 months ago. The military says that if Israel or its supporters carry out any further, quote, aggression and hostile acts, including in southern Lebanon, then, quote, much more severe and crushing measures than before will follow. In a post on X, Israel's education minister says schools across Israel remain closed for a second day due to the attacks. I'm Bernie Bennett.
Anxious to make a deal that would end the fighting, President Trump has urged both sides to hold their fire. Israel has been striking Iranian proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon, while Iran has been firing into Israel. The NYPD holding a suspect in a series of stabbings at New York's Penn Station last night. Half-dozen people injured. Security is being tightened ahead of President Trump's planned visit to Madison Square Garden, which is above Penn Station, for tonight's Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Police in Toledo, Ohio, searching for suspects following a weekend mass shooting at a crowded street festival.
12 people were struck with bullets. That's what we have right now. 2 of them critical. We're processing the scene. We do have some evidence, and we're following up on some leads.
Toledo's Deputy Police Chief Joe Hefferman. Magnitude 7.8 earthquake has rocked the southern Philippines, killing at least 32 people, most of the deaths blamed on an earthquake-induced landslide. More than 200 people injured. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 170 points, the Nasdaq trading 212 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Nigeria's government orders a crackdown on a powerful terrorist group.
The Nigerian army said that it freed 360 people abducted by Boko Haram in southern Borno. That's in the northeastern part of the country. The operation, according to the Army statement, was conducted in the Mandara Mountains, which form a part of the militant group's stronghold. It resulted in the release of several people, including children, who had been abducted across different communities in Borno. The statement said 2 infants died during their prolonged captivity. Audio courtesy of the Nigerian Army. I'm Haya Panjwani.
Chinese President Xi has arrived in Pyongyang. It's his first visit to North Korea in 7 years. The trip is likely meant to reassert China's influence over North Korea, which has been moving closer to Russia in recent years. Xi's 2-day visit starts today, expected to hold a summit with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. News and analysis, townhall.com. Could work requirements lift more public aid recipients out of poverty? There's a new study takes a closer look at that question.
Research by Casey Mulligan, an economist with the Department of Health and Human Services, finds adding work requirements to Medicaid could lift between 1.6 and nearly 3 million people out of poverty. The study says families could see incomes rise by more than $12,000 as more recipients enter the workforce. Supporters argue work rules encourage self-sufficiency and stronger labor participation. Ken Lorman reporting.
Apple is expected to unveil new artificial intelligence features at its annual developers conference, which gets underway later today. It is the final worldwide developers conference. It will feature Tim Cook as CEO. He'll be turning over the CEO reins to John Turnus, that in September. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil lets in, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio. Yeah.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday, everybody.
Yes. Welcome one and all.
Sunny and hot. You like it? You got it.
Is gonna be that way. Although I was trying to explain this to my son the other day.
Mm-hmm.
We are apparently entering a pattern of El Nino.
Really?
Yes. There's El Nino and La Nina, I think, are the two. Which, from what people are saying, or from what experts are saying, and
that's
actually,
the moist one, right?
You got Roswell Seed coming in next hour, right?
Correct.
There you go. Something to ask him. From what I've gathered, it means a warmer or a cooler, wetter summer.
Well, I hope they're right.
So monsoon season is fast approaching. Maybe we'll actually have us a good one this year.
I like mine very cool.
I like mine
very wet,
cool and moist.
That's a Naked Gun reference. How do you like your beef? Very hot and very wet. I boiled your roast. How do you like it? Sorry. That's the OG Naked Gun right there. Don't boil a roast. If you're trying to impress somebody, don't boil a roast. Just a hint. Don't do that. Unless you look like Elvis's ex. What was her name?
Priscilla?
Priscilla Presley, I think.
You never boil the roast, and you steam the ham.
That's right.
Of course.
Oh, man. Now I got Naked Gun on the brain. Sorry. It just happens.
When do it's usually either Naked Gun or...
pretty much, yeah. Something goes to reference the movies.
The original Hot Shots.
Yeah.
Always a good one. That's the Hot Shots ones are usually my go-to.
Yeah, those hit me. Airplane gets me quite a bit, too. You know.
Oh, yeah.
That if someone hits me with a Shirley, you must be kidding every once in a while. I got to throw back on that. You know?
I'm not kidding. Don't call me Shirley.
I get hit with that every once in a while. So, but happy Monday.
Yes.
I know doesn't feel as jovial as the rest of the week, but to get the rest of the week, you got to have today.
Well, and we're in that lull. It's like we are coming off like celebration season. It's all the graduations, all the excitement. State championships, and it's crickets.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry. It's cicadas.
Yes. And then, like, the fairs are a couple weeks away yet in July here. So, yeah, we're kind of in that people are in vacation mode. Or
quiet place.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't want to be here today kind of mode. I get it. And then most of us know someone off because they're either school or whatever, something. So it's just like,
Yeah.
In my world, my wife's off all the time.
Yeah, you
so
walk, you walk off away from the sleeping wife. You're just like,
the mornings are hard when I'm.
You always have to remind yourself. It's like they deal with kids all year long.
Oh yeah, I'm good on them.
They have earned every. And
I'm not denying their reward.
Not.
I'm
just
saying,
jealous. That's all.
Just to be kind of nice.
Just jealous of the off time.
But yes, I'm. And she was. I haven't watched it yet, but I haven't had time, but. I know it's summer because now she's sending me videos of if the Def Leppard were Muppets, and I haven't watched it yet because I haven't had time. But I'm like, yep. Next comes spending money. That's after.
Oh yeah,
that's the next phase.
We're in the joy scrolling phase. It's not doom scrolling. It's joy scrolling,
right.
And then comes now what am I going to do with my hands?
That's right. We're going to die soon. We need to buy this product. So that's life. Welcome to it. Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We do have a full slate for you for today. We'll get you up to date with the weather and all that here in just a bit. We pretty much told you it's going to be hot all week. A lot of 3-digit numbers for totals this week.
Yeah.
Especially Wednesday, Thursday. Like 103, 104 in that ballpark. No good.
Good day for indoor activities.
That's right.
Board games.
This is that week you're going to find out your air conditioning don't work so well.
Oh, yeah.
This is that week.
this is the week that they fail.
I'm going to tell you now, if you're an AC guy, you're going to be busy this week. This is going to be a busy week for your business. So you're going to get, probably your phone's already blowing up already.
That's why there's probably HVAC guys out there being like, this isn't a lull week.
Yeah.
This is our busy season.
These guys have been calling since yesterday. Right. So,
Call this Black Monday.
Yeah. This is the week you find out the AC don't work so good. Uh-oh. Speak of the devil. Let's see.
Mike, our AC just went out.
Yeah, I'm expensive.
I shouldn't accent your texts.
Yeah, she's like, I've already started spending money. Yeah, that's all right.
And listening, obviously. Good morning, Kim.
We are coincidentally broke at the moment till payday, so that makes
sense. Boy, do I get that.
What's for lunch today? PB and J.
I was
with no B, just a J.
It's a good thing my kids like snacks because that was pretty much what I subsisted on this week.
Look, what do we got? Well, there's 2 taquitos, 3 chicken nuggets, and and I think some chicken rings.
It's going to be air fryer weekend.
And there's one of those leftover beef and bean burritos. Throw that in there.
It's always a fun moment when you start looking around the room at things that you could either return to Amazon or put on the resale market. You're like, what's valuable around here?
Did you bust into your emergency prep food?
Oh, a little.
What's for dinner? Beef stew. Like,
it was adjacent. A lot of bean heavy meals in those MREs.
We had a lot of music this weekend.
Make sure you get that protein.
Yeah, bean supper, music to follow. We had a busy weekend.
But a good one. It was a wholesome weekend.
They were sitting around the couch. What in the wild wide world?
I'll say this.
You've had enough.
If you're going optimism, I would say I was making the most of my own stuff this weekend. The place that the house that I pay for rent on and the stuff that I pay for.
Filled my belly, then it entertained us for the rest of the night.
There you go.
Who needs internet?
It's a 2-part food.
It's a can of beans and a fire, and you got a fun night ahead of you.
And you know I've got access to lighters and fire starters.
That's right. We just make them. It's time for arts and crafts, kids. We're gonna make fire starting sticks.
Just the way you said for arts and crafts, that came off as farts and crafts, and I'm already in. I'm in.
Farts and crafts. I think it's time to talk to doctors.
I think it's time to talk to somebody in marketing. That sounds like a genius idea that people have been sleeping on.
That's right.
I mean, you got the what do they call it? The paint and sips.
That's right. The wine parties. Yeah. Fart and crafts.
Yeah, farts and crafts. It's a bean dinner followed by random crafts. Figure it out. Do some cloisonne verlest.
We're gonna make booby traps. Booby traps.
What's that diamond painting that kids are all doing these days?
Oh, really?
It's like a bunch of these like little gems, and it's like a cloth like map, and you have to put the gems. You pick them with a special pen. You pick the color gem, and you put it in the spot.
Oh, so it's like paint by number.
It's very time consuming, but they're pretty and sparkly when they're done.
So it's like light bright.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that until just now, but yeah, it's basically light bright, but without all the backing light. You just got to make your own, shimmer. Yeah. It's light bright for sad ants.
I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't involve one of these, so I'm down for it.
Right.
It doesn't involve a phone or a tablet or a computer, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. It's like a crossword puzzle, essentially. It's a good time filler.
You're probably lucky I don't have kids, because I think that day when they're all driving me nuts, I'm taking all that stuff away, and I'm literally buying them those fish tanks you fill with the water, and like, here's your toy. Get this little ball to sit on that little hole. That's what you get.
I loved those growing up.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, guess what? This is a ping pong paddle with a ball and a rubber band. Don't hit your sister with it. All right? Balsa wood airplane. This guy, you fold him up and it's a parachute, but if you try to light it on fire, he will die.
Do you remember and I'm sure they're still around, but the little, it was like a cylinder and it had a propeller on it, and you touch a battery to it, it would make the propeller work.
Yeah.
For like the little kits. I had like 3 of those. I don't know where they came from, but I had them. We had them.
Here, you want a pocket game? This one, it's a little football. It's a dot. You got to go around the dots. You get to the end, you got a touchdown. Here you go.
My dad was in college when I was a kid, and he went into it was the science lab or whatever. He got some stuff from the science lab, and he made me a slingshot out of surgical tubing and like a patch or whatever. And yeah, he made me a slingshot from stuff that he stole from the college.
That's ingenuity.
That's, you know what, it is.
Boy, you don't need that expensive one on the shelf. I'll make you one. Oh, I need some tube. Get me a bicycle tube.
And my snorkel. He's a resourceful fellow.
That's right. Makes me a sandwich while you have it. Oh, man. All right, let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up-to-date weather and all that here in just a minute. And then we're going to be joined by some students from University of New Mexico. They are medical students, and they're part of the rural program where they'll spend a month or so here during the summer in rural places like here in Roswell, and they'll kind of learn the community a little bit, and so they're going to spend some time here. So we've got 3 of the students from UNM that are spending some time here.
This is a waiting room of learned doctors.
That's right, or about to be.
Learning doctors.
People smarter than me. They're going to join us here in just a bit. So we'll talk with some of the UNM medical students here in just a few minutes. Hopefully I can pronounce their names. I'm not success rate not looking good based off of what I'm seeing here. So
jump on Kalashi and see what the odds are.
That's right. And then of course we'll get you can bet on anything. And then we'll get you updated with news and weather and all that good stuff. Before we do that, let's take a look at that weather. 103 is a number that we will see this week.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Today's highs 100 to 105 with strong high pressure over the southwest. We're getting a lot of sunshine. The wind should stay pretty light. Overnight, a little bit breezy, upper 60s and clear, and then we get upper 90s to about 100 for the highs on Tuesday. Breezy during the afternoon hours and lots of sunshine, going to about 105 and sunny again on Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 74 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 37% with winds out of the west at 3 miles per hour. 100 today, north winds 5 to 10, sunny and hot. Tonight, clear, overnight low of 70, south winds 10 to 15. Tomorrow, 98, so a bit of a cool, I guess. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny, 104 are expected highs, south winds 5 to 10. Wednesday, sunny and hot. Thursday, sunny and hot with a high of 103. And then Friday, we're looking at a 20% chance of afternoon showers, but still highs right around 100. Saturday, a 20% chance of afternoon showers with highs around 100. And then 20% chance of rain Sunday with highs in the upper 90s, 96. So a bit of a crack in the temperatures there a little bit. So maybe it'll cool down for a little bit for next week, just in time for me to not be here. That's how it'll work. All right, which if it, by default, if it cools down, because I'm imagining when we're going to New Orleans and all that, it's going to be like 90 with 98% humidity, so I'm not opposed to a cool down a little bit. All right, it is 8:19. We're going to take about a 3.5 minute break here, and then we will talk with our medical students from UNM. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
The Pecos Peckers chapter of the National Wild Turkey Federation presents the Pecos Peckers Conservation Shoot, Saturday, June 20th at the Creekside Clays in Artesia. Registration begins at 7:30 and the shoot begins at 9. Youth Jake's tickets are available but require adult ticket accompaniment, and lunch is provided. Sponsorships are also available at the Longbeard Gobbler or Pecos Pecker tiers level. Register now and get more information by calling Lucas Watson at 505-239-9013.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
Attention all New Mexico students in grades 6 through 12. Get ready to launch your future at the 2026 Youth Leadership Conference, Dreamers in Orbit, Power, Purpose, and Possibility. June 12th through the 14th in Roswell, this incredible free event presented by the Martin Luther King Jr. State Commission and Eastern New Mexico University Roswell is packed with hands-on STEM, leadership training, arts, and powerful inspiration. Don't miss your chance to dream bigger and lead bolder. Register today at nmlksc.org. Dreamers in Orbit. Your future starts here.
Hey, Roswell, score world-class savings on great selections of new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles during the summer sales event at Roswell Ford. Due to overwhelming success, employee pricing for all has been extended for a limited time. Hurry for your last chance to pay what we pay on our entire lineup of new Fords. Plus, your friends at Roswell Ford need your trade today, so we're willing to overpay, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, so you can upgrade to a new Ford or quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV with massive savings. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with even more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Hurry in, trade, and upgrade, and get massive savings with employee pricing for all. We make it fast, fun, and easy to get on board at Roswell Ford. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Employee pricing excludes Raptor Series, 2026 Super Duties, Lariat Package, and up, 2025 and 2026 Transit Wagon. Standard exclusions and final pay units.
Summer heat in New Mexico can affect more than just your skin. Artesia General Hospital and board-certified urologist Dr. Michael C. Speck, MD, remind you, protect your urinary health while traveling and enjoying the outdoors. Stay well hydrated to prevent kidney stones and urinary tract infections, which become more common in hot weather. Drink plenty of water, limit caffeine and alcohol, and empty your bladder regularly. Wear loose, breathable clothing and practice good hygiene during long road trips or outdoor adventures. If you're experiencing pain during urination, back pain, or blood in urine, don't wait. Seek care early. Dr. Michael C. Speck specializes in kidney stones, prostate health, men's wellness, and more. Right here in Artesia. For expert urology care close to home, trust Artesia General Hospital. Artesia General Hospital. Healthy summers start here with Dr. Michael C. Speck.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, we have 3 students from the University of New Mexico. They're part of the medical program there. They're hoping to be doctors, surgeons, doctors someday. But they're part of a rural medicine program where they get to spend some time in the summer in other parts of the state, where they say, we got power too. No, they show them, basically get a chance to, because obviously, places like this, communities, we're teaming for doctors when these young men and women graduate and get their training and everything done, they're hoping to say, hey, come be a doctor here in Roswell. Come see what life's like down in southeast New Mexico. So we have 3 of the students here, and I'm going to butcher their names. So we have Eileen Ukawoma.
Yes, sir.
Did I nail that?
Yes, sir.
Emily Meehan.
Yes.
And Akride Andy Boina, yeah. Boina. I was pretty close. So, but welcome, guys. Still welcome. And how long have you guys been physically in town in Roswell here now?
About 1 week.
About 1 week now. So, what's your 1 week first impressions? Things you've. Now, you guys are from New Mexico. You guys live in New Mexico, so it's not like you're like, whoa, this whole New Mexico, it's hot, it's weird. You guys know New Mexico,
yes,
right?
Yes, we do.
So I imagine it's really, it's like the rest of the state. You guys, now, where you guys, what part are you guys from the state are you guys from?
I'm originally from Clovis.
Clovis, okay, yep. So you know.
Yes.
East New Mexico. We're like here, just a little more hotter, I think.
I'm based in Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, so yeah, we got Roswell and Albuquerque. It's like you still got to lock your doors at night, just like just like Albuquerque.
And I'm from Santa Fe.
Okay, so we got art too.
Yeah.
But you'll find that once you're here. So first week, what if you had a chance to do your first week in Roswell?
The main thing we've been doing is helping out at the STEAM camp at NIMI. So we've just kind
of
been
to work with the NIMI students, or young students, and the NIMI cadets that were probably helping with the camp. And stuff
so
like
we worked with ages from pretty much 7 up until 12 or 13. So it was really cool to just kind of see how they do things there and kind of help out. It was really fun.
Now, I'm assuming since you all are medical students, the STEM was not advanced above your pay grade as far as knowing the stuff. It's like, well, we're learning together. I didn't know you could do this. Pretty cool. Very cool. So what's on tap for this week?
I think a lot of shadowing. We're doing some work with Harvest Ministries too.
Oh, very good. So you'll be up right up a couple blocks over here and working with they're a great group. They you've heard of Roadrunner Food Banks, right?
Yes.
They're kind of our agent for here in southeast New Mexico.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they'll run, and you'll learn this as you hang out over there. They have their food pantry, and then they offer like showers and things for folks that need it. They need to come in and get taken care of needs and things like that. But they also get like the Roadrunner Food Bank stuff. So what they don't distribute here, they give to some of the other agencies around town and serve as their agent to give them food.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
That's good.
So you'll learn all that here, but you'll be doing that, and then where else did they? Did they give you like an itinerary? What you're going to do the month you're here, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. I think volunteer-wise, it's kind of week by week basis, and then we have a set schedule of shadowing and kind of looking at different specialties.
Because the month isn't really like learning doctoring per se. It's more learning about the life as a doctor, learning what possibilities are there, learning about the communities, learning about what the makeup of the community is, what it's like, what's going on, and obviously in hopes saying, hey, once I finish my studies, this will be a place, maybe Eastern or Lovelace or one of our local hospitals, be a place I'm interested in going, or one of our local doctor clinics. So I'm got to ask for you guys, what year students are you guys as far as in the program now?
We're going into our third year of undergrad.
Third year of undergrad.
Yes.
So you got one more year of undergrad and then medical school.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So at this point, do you guys, you're still in to determine what field of medicine you want to, so they're kind of like thrown, all right, this is radiology, this is this. Do you
Pretty
like
much,
it? No, all right, let's move on to general surgery or whatever. So they're kind of throwing all the different types of fields of medicine and you get a chance. So I got to ask, what's today? I mean, you're not committed or none, but if someone said, what are you doing today? What's your interest in as far as your study of medicine?
I would say, I think as of recent shadowing, I was able to go to Lovelace and got to shadow ortho over there. Okay. And so I'm kind of interested in pediatric surgery right now.
So you like the orthopedics working with, or the youngins and those kind of things?
Yeah, I like the surgery aspect.
Excellent. Okay. So you want to do want to do surgery? You want to be a surgeon? Okay. Whether it's, for young people or knees, or you got to do both. Like if you want to get on the golf course, you got to do the knees because that's what pays the bills. And or Botox or whatever the cosmetic surgery, the Hollywood. Or for you, what's your medicine that you're as of today you're kind of leaning towards?
I've had some experience in surgical settings, and I also had the opportunity to shadow at the Lovelace Family Medicine Clinic last week. But I'm really leaning towards something in oncology.
Okay.
I'm very passionate about cancer research and just helping youth and pediatric populations. So whatever will allow me to help out in that field.
Would you in that area? Would you like directly work with patient care? Or do you want to be like the person in the lab making the medicines?
Honestly,
that are?
I'm leaning towards more of a physician scientist sort of path. So a combination of both being in the lab and then also providing those treatments in person.
Okay. So a little bit of both. Like, hey, I talked to you. Let me get back in the lab and whip up a little potion here.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Very cool. Not a little more high tech than that, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Okay, for you, what's been thus far? What's been your draw so far?
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, I had knee reconstruction surgery, and I got to shadow the surgeon that did my knee. Okay. And so I'm really interested in orthopedic surgery as well.
Okay, so you want to rebuild knees and joints and hips?
I think I might need to see
if you guys get good, because I'm in my 50s now, and I got a little hip pain. I might need to see you guys here in a couple of years. Between the two of you can kind of help me. Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, are you athletic? Do you like doing sports med? Like, would that be a thing? Like, next thing you know, you're, I don't know, like the Lobos team doctor or something like that? Would that be like an aspiration for you?
I do play sports. I think as far as a career, I want to specialize more in pediatrics and kids and helping kids
Replace
with
knees for
orthopedic
babies?
needs.
Just kidding. Big industry there. We got this bum wheel duck. It's coming out the fetus and it tore her hammy. Just kidding. So I'm curious, what drew you guys to medicine at the beginning? What when you said when you're in high school or wherever? Do you have family history? What you said? No, I want to be a doctor. I want to go medical.
Well, my dad he was a nurse, and now he's a nurse practitioner.
Okay.
So I kind of grew up in the medical world, hearing all of his stories, and my mom worked at a hospital as a speech pathologist. So I kind of grew up with that, and I told my dad, I was like, I think maybe I want to do something in medicine.
Sure.
So he called up one of his friends and was like, hey, my daughter wants to shadow you. And I started shadowing, and I was like, wow, this is what I want to do. Cool. This is amazing. This is so fun.
Now, is your ultimate goal to be a doctor, or do you want to be a nurse practitioner? I mean, does the training the same at this point, and it ventures off at some point? I'm not really, or is the nursing... That's a complete different program altogether.
I think nurse practitioning is a completely different program.
That goes to the nursing program.
Yes.
I didn't know if at some point, and then some point, like, okay, some of us will go off to be nurses, some will be doctors, some will be something else.
It's similar training, but different pathways.
Well, and a nurse practitioner is pretty much a doctor at that point. Short of not having a doctor name tag, they can pretty much do anything as far as prescriptions and treatments and things.
Just different letters at the end of their name.
Exactly, yeah, the alphabet at the end.
Yeah.
Do you guys even get confused with the alphabets? Like at some point, like PR, what is that? I don't even know what that. What's the A mean? I lost that one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Advanced something. Honestly.
Sure.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Even shadowing, they'll say all these complex terms, and you just nod, and you're like, yep. That's wow. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And then look it up later.
Sure. But I imagine at some point, like the training, because to be a doctor, like when you think of nurses, they're the ones that are administering the shots. They're doing a lot of the, when you're not doing a surgery or an examination, they're kind of doing the work on the patient kind of thing. But as doctors, you got to know all that too. Like you got to learn how to do shots. You got everything a nurse has to do. You got to sit there and be as or more proficient than a nurse would be. You got to, practice putting in IVs and doing all that, because you see, as you get older and you go to hospitals, sometimes you, all right, come on, bring in the practice guys, and they'll come in and they'll beat you up for a little bit. So, but you guys have to be like the one that says, all right, that's you done beating up on the guy, and you come in and then they gonna fix him. So, like before, like is that where you learn now and then go to and this is where, like you said, you're in the undergrad program. Is that when you learn some of this stuff, and then medical school gets into the more specialized stuff, or I'm just confused on, or just kind of enlighten me on how that process is for you guys.
So as an undergraduate, we're taking different courses. So
Gotcha.
we have a pre-medical core. We have different courses that we take that will prepare us perhaps in biology or chemistry or in organic chemistry. But at the same time, during your undergrad, you can pursue other lesser certifications. For instance, an individual can pursue medical assisting, nursing assisting, just things that will help them to get those very rudimentary and fundamental skills.
Are they kind of like side bullets? So it's like, these can add to my resume later.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's not part of the big picture, but it's a side thing. And by the way, I'm also qualified in this.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm currently working as a CNA, a certified nursing assistant in Santa Fe.
Okay.
So I get a lot of patient interaction, and I'm very comfortable with talking to patients and being able to talk to people in that medical setting. As well as drawing blood and doing stuff like that.
So you're kind of doing nurse duties as a job, as part of your training for doctor as well. So it's like, hey, I've already hit the point where I'm certain I can draw blood, I can do the things that your clinic needs right now.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to be a doctor in a couple of years.
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay, cool. So how is that to juggle your life? Because imagine going to school to be a doctor eats up a lot of time. And by the way, you got to go hold a 9-to-5, so to speak, a little bit here too. How's that balance for you guys?
Well, for me, I think during college, I think it's not as stressful as I thought it was going to be at first. I think we've also spent 2 years in college, and so getting used to like the schedules, study habits, and things kind of like that.
You have a good work ethic from the jump, or you wouldn't get to as far as you're at.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't think, not to jinx it, 2 more years to go. There's wood over here.
This is wood you can knock on.
Knock on wood. But I think it'll be good. I think being able to balance is pretty, right for now, pretty easy, and so
Sure.
I'm enjoying it right now.
Good.
But we have the MCAT coming up, so now I actually have
That's
to
gonna
really knock
change.
on wood. That'll change a lot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where your next hurdle. You're like, all right,
Yes.
that's the
sir.
next thing I'm sweating bullets on
Yes.
over here. Yeah. So, so for you guys, what's that struggle? I mean, is it for you guys same kind of where you? Oh, yeah, it's hard, but because of the being a doctor's hard. It's just that's the nature of the beast, and we got to time manage properly. And if this was easy, everyone would be a doctor, I guess, right? Kind of thing.
I think a lot of it is just knowing yourself enough to know where your limits are. Like for me, I work as a CNA, but I work per diem, so I have to get a minimum of 2 shifts a month, which is pretty much what I do.
Sure.
So it's like a weekend a month. I'll go back home and work 2 shifts. So it's a lot. It's a lot less stress to work only twice a month.
Absolutely. But I imagine it also helps you see the clear picture for what you're learning, too.
For sure. And
it make everything in a book, you're like, okay, but then when you sit down and you put down and you do it, so it probably is a help in that way, too, right?
It is, especially when school gets so much and it's like, all I'm doing is studying and doing these assignments, and then being able to go work in a hospital and be like, okay, this is kind of why I'm doing it for the patients.
Absolutely. I would imagine another aspect of this job, or this time for you guys, not say job, but this kind of this opportunity you guys have, because you, like you said, you're meeting the community and stuff, but you do get to meet doctors and follow them and different specialists and learn about what their fields are too, so you can kind of say, this pediatrics things, or no, I want to work with joints, or whatever it is. This would help you find that niche kind of thing. But I imagine also you meet different personalities, you meet different types of doctors, and so you're going to get, and you probably come across some people that are very high in their fields, or people that have been doing, people. I know I've been in enough hospitals where sometimes there's doctors that roll in, and like just to give you a kind of an example, a couple years ago, my wife had a head trauma thing, where we had to medevac her to El Paso, and there was a specialist. She had a brain bleed, and so there was the surgeon there that, and turns out this guy's like one of the top brain surgeons, and I don't remember his name, but I remember when this guy rolled in, and she was in the neuro ICU. When this dude walked in, you would have thought the President of the United States rolled up in the neuro ICU. Like nurses, doctors, they're just running around, just crazy. You see this when I'm talking? And so I was like, okay, not all doctors are created equal. This guy, and now to his credit, I could see why. He was a rock star. He came in, and my wife had this thing, and everyone's like, he's looking at her, like, most people I see are unconscious when I see this. And he goes, this will be easy. No problem. Everyone's like talking serious. And this dude walks, oh, yeah, well, like, we're going to go see a movie or something. That's the way he's talking, And so I'm like, all right, it's pretty and he did an amazing job. But that's when I'm like, whoa, this guy literally came in like music started, and like it was literally a TV show. I was expecting a dance number, like the doctor's here, So I mean, have you experienced that kind of stuff? And does it kind of, or I imagine it also helps your own bedside, because sometimes you get doctors like that and they ain't listening to people. I'm God, and you know what I mean. So like, are you getting to experience seeing those personalities? I mean, maybe not to that extreme, but you're kind of understanding bedside manner a little bit. Like, I should not do what that guy does, or I love what that guy does. I should maybe study what that person's doing, kind of thing. Do you guys experience that kind of at this level, or is that down the road here?
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
As part of this combined BAMD program, during our first year, we had to shadow in a clinical setting.
Sure.
So it's given us the opportunity to see different personalities, different specialties. And you're right, it's allowed us to see, okay, what sort of traits do I want to emulate? What do I not want to emulate?
Right.
What sort of behaviors are perhaps not as good to the patient or even to the staff? Because it's also you also have to look at the dynamic between, like you mentioned, the physician and the nurses, and the way that they treat people. So it's been amazing in this program. We've had the opportunity to go to different places, different clinics, and just see how physicians work, see how they speak to others, and then learn what is good and what is not good.
Right. And let's face it, your job eventually will be kind of like cops and lawyers. There's TV shows about it. Everybody watches the show. Everyone's got a what they think your job is like. And when you get to a hospital, they think it's Chicago or, ER, house, whatever show it is, they think that's what's going on. And you're like, no, this ain't Chicago Hope, buddy. And so but lawyers and cops do like, hey, this ain't Law and Order SVU, man. We ain't nothing like that. So I imagine you probably at some point when you were younger, kind of thinking this is like ER or McDreamy or that's doctor life, And at some point you're like, no, it's way not as sexy as this. But at the same time, it is. I mean, yeah, okay, we ain't got the pit going on here, but like ERs and stuff, it's like that. It's fast paced. It's you learn that. Now for you guys, is that? I know you guys are kind of talking orthopedic, but would you like have you guys worked any ER experience yet? And how did you think of it if you have?
I've shadowed in the ER a little bit, and in my job role, I've worked in the ER.
Yeah.
It's definitely very fast-paced, and the doctors seem to be a little bit more,
Well, they're more triage-centric, right?
Yeah.
It's like you think of MASH, and here I am comparing shows, but they're literally walking in and say, all right, we got to figure out what's going on. Or there's other doctors that aren't in emergency, you kind of, all right, we're dealing with this, and this. They've got symptom, they kind of already have the clues. You're still figuring out the clues in the ER, if that makes sense.
They're more intense, too, and it's less about patient comfort and more of figuring out what's wrong.
Right. It's like, I'm sorry it hurts, but it's
a different dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A different sense of urgency, obviously.
For sure.
And so, and you get a triage of everything from someone coming in from food poisoning to a gunshot wound or something, something like that. So, and then I'm going to take a stab that if it's something like that, then there's usually cops and all kinds of other people in the room wanting to know exactly what happened here, and they're going to be breathing down your neck trying to get. So, that adds another layer of stress and things else too. But so once you complete your undergraduate, is that, and you go into the medical school part, is that when do you have to commit to a specialized field at that point, and it focuses on that? Is that where is that your kind of, all right, I'm going to be a proctologist, or I'm going to be, or whatever it is. That's when I got to make that decision?
Not necessarily. I think the first 2 years is more of the theory, learning about it, and the next 2 years is more practical.
So you get really 2 more years to kind of solidify it. But you probably should have a pretty good idea, at least narrow it down to 3 or 4 or something probably by the time.
I mean, even then, you're not just going to specialize completely. You're still going to do rounds to multiple specialties. And then the going into the specific part would be more residency focused.
Okay.
And so that's when, so you still have time, but it would be wise to have maybe 2 or 3.
Sure. You might want to narrow it down to at least a couple. You don't be like, I don't know, I'm going to do everything. It
makes it a lot easier.
Can we in the morning burst some babies and then we'll knock out a few cancer surgeries by 10 o'clock? I'll let you do that. So I'm just curious. I know you're way early in your careers, but ideally, if you're picturing yourself, say 10 years from now, where do you see? Do you see yourself working in a hospital? Do you see practicing at a doctor's, your own little clinic, or where do you envision yourself 10 years from now? You think?
That is a great question.
Yeah,
I think I'd be open to either working in a hospital, hopefully in surgery and in pediatrics, because I think the broader version, just taking care of kids and the youth, would be the best.
Sure.
If not, also a private clinic would be good. I'm getting more opinions on the hospitalist versus the private clinic, because they both come with their own pros and cons.
Sure.
But I think in 10 years, whether or not I'm serving, I think would be perfectly fine with me. I don't think the environment would be as important to me as
Absolutely.
It is.
Well, and I don't want to get political on that, but I know the state of New Mexico, there's some issues with practice for doctors to practice healthcare in here with fear and reprisal things, and so and this is, to be honest, why we have more rural programs like this to keep doctors to stay, because quite frankly, they become doctors and say, well, I'm going to go to Texas, or I'm going to go to Colorado, or New York, or California, or something. And so I got for you guys: do you want to stay in this area, or is your goal to? I mean, I know right now in the program you're in there, kind of, but ideally, do you want to stay in New Mexico, or do you, you're like, no, I kind of would like to see what it's like on the West Coast, or go back east, or something like that.
I think on my end, absolutely. I would love to stay in New Mexico and just give back to those rural and underserved groups. And I know that in medical practice, you're not necessarily there are opportunities to go to different places to serve. So I know Emmy and I were talking about Doctors Without Borders. So an opportunity to go and travel to underserved regions across the world. It's not just New Mexico. But yes, New Mexico I consider New Mexico my home.
Sure.
But of course, I'm open to branching out and helping people.
You'd love to go
across the
to
world.
another continent and maybe practice medicine and go to South America or Africa or Asia or something, wherever the need is at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool. Emily, for you?
Well, part of the program is we're all from New Mexico because their kind of mission is raising doctors from New Mexico.
Sure, and that's what I'm kind of saying. I know by
Right.
this thing, but you're also young men and women, and you want to see the world and explore.
Yeah. And like Arlene was saying, I am interested in going and seeing what other underserved populations I can help. But again, New Mexico is my home.
Yes, sir.
Well,
sure.
and you guys know, other states don't do Mexican food right. They don't.
No, not at all.
They don't do it. And they don't. Even Mexico don't do it compared to New Mexico. You know what I mean? And we got to be here to get that. They just don't. But for you, is it kind of the same? You talked a little bit about it.
A little different, actually. I think I might have been absent for that conversation. But I think I do like New Mexico, and I think it would be nice to serve for a couple years.
Yeah.
But I also like the city life in West Coast, East Coast. I was always called my name.
Sure.
So I think at some point, I definitely will, for a good majority of time.
Sure.
And at the same time, maybe do travel
But
around
you
the
do
world.
want to. You're a young man. You want to see, what's out there, what's available to you, and you're like, look, I'm young, I'm attractive, I'm a doctor. I'm telling you, the world's my oyster right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a catch. Because quite frankly, I imagine because. Social life for you guys right now is probably slim to none, just because you have some, but most of your time is spent becoming a doctor. So,
sure.
when other college students are going to party on a Friday night, you got to go do a lab or do some kind of, or sit in a clinic doing some work or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. You get all this stuff. It's like, no, I want to, hey, hello, folks. I'm here and I'm ready to party. You know what I mean? So you guys are going to be here, about another 3 weeks?
Yes.
Good deal. And like you said, you're going to be doing the Harvest Ministries. Is there any other areas that you get to see? Or do you get downtime too? Do you get time off and say, hey, I can go do my own little adventure? Do you get some time to kind of explore on your own too? Yeah. Or do you have the ability? Do you have some wheels or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're free, but looks like a hitchhike. I got no way to get out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we all have cars, and I think we get the weekends off. This past weekend, we went to Bottomless Lake, so it was really fun. So
it was a good weekend for getting in the water, too.
For sure. It was very nice. It was beautiful.
Have you guys done the Carlsbad Caverns or all that? Yeah,
Not yet.
If you do get a chance, go to Lincoln, too, if you like history and stuff. Cool. You go to Ruidoso and go up in the mountains, and it's nice and cool, and you go up. Unfortunately, no more horse racing or nothing, but you can still lose money at the casino. Or whatever. But if you go to the town of Lincoln and Capitan right through there, you can go have a nice meal over there. But that's all Billy the Kid country, the Lincoln County War. You ever seen the Young Guns movies?
No.
Or have heard of them? Yeah, you guys are young. Those were popular when I was a kid. But they're about to make a third one here in New Mexico. But it's all about Billy the Kid, and so that's all right there. But then Capitan, which is 10 miles, that's Smokey the Bear country. His grave is there. The whole Smokey the Bear when he was in the wood, that was all up there in those mountains.
Wow.
So if you're looking sightseeing that's cooler, you can get a weekend trip up there and go.
Awesome.
Go southeast New Mexico stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of neat up there. Doesn't have all the cool things Clovis does. I'm just kidding.
I can't diss my city live on.
Right, there's nothing wrong with Clovis. There you go. But you guys will be here for UFO Festival, huh?
I don't think so.
July 1st, or you'll be gone? Oh, you'll just
be gone by
you'll just miss it. Okay. Oh, too bad. That'll be that weekend here. We have a big. That's worth the sight. You got to see that at least once because we literally get people from all over the world.
Wow.
Coming here and it's
that's
just
very cool.
Everything. It's there's one guy that drives from Indiana or something in his flying saucer car. The last couple of years he's come out here. We get people from
so fun.
Europe. Literally, people from all over the planet come to Roswell for this thing. It's nuts.
Wow.
But so if you get a chance, maybe down the road.
Maybe we'll come back for the weekend.
You have your own kids and everything. You bring your family down here and spend your money here around. Now you're all ready. So, good deals. Is there anything you guys wanted to say that we didn't get a chance to cover?
we're just really grateful to be here. It's been such an honor seeing the community and integrating and just seeing what life is like here. So thank you guys for opening your arms and allowing us to be here.
Well, we would love to have you, and hopefully, maybe, you never know, maybe we'll see you here practicing medicine in one of our hospitals.
One of these days.
Hopefully, next time we'll see you, I'm like in a bed, like, hey, remember me? My arm's in the other room.
No.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. But if you do, we'll fix you up.
There you go.
Yeah, they'll help you out.
Although I'm serious about the knee thing, I might, by the time you guys get your fully licensed and everything, it might be time to place a hip or a knee. So good deal. Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you so
Of course, thank you so much for having us.
And enjoy your time here. Hopefully, get a chance to see all the cool stuff and have some fun. Check out baseball fans. Any of you guys baseball fans? Go see an Invaders game if you get
I
a
think
chance.
we actually are going to see
Oh,
an
you're going to see an
Invaders
Invaders
game.
game? Well, that's a lot of fun. You know,
it'll be good.
And then, of course, you got to go hit the UFO museums and stuff if you
All
haven't
the
been
things.
down
Of
there.
course.
And go. Actually, if you really want to have fun with your friends, you can shell money. And there's like a deal at where you can go in there and they got little scenes of aliens, and I think you pay like $2 or something. And you take your pictures with all that, like there's aliens grilling or aliens. It's really dumb, but it's really fun. And of course, you'll see the aliens, and then since you guys are learned people, doctors, you won't do this, but us rubes will start doing various poses with the aliens. I'll let you figure out the rest. Good. Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
course.
And
thank you so much.
I look forward to your success and everything else, and enjoy Roswell for as much as you can.
Thank you.
All right.
We totally will.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
All right, it is 8:51. Let us shut our holes for news, commercial break, and business report. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Maybe the biggest challenge yet to the fragile Mideast ceasefire. Iran fired missiles at Israel. Israel fired back. President Trump has been trying to get both sides to quit the fighting and keep negotiating a permanent deal to end the hostilities. Oil prices that were on the rise in the midst of the flare-up have now fallen at $4.16 a gallon. That's AAA's national average for regular gas as of this morning. That is down 1 cent from yesterday. President Trump is planning to attend this evening's NBA Finals at New York's Madison Square Garden. As expected, security is being tightened, especially given last night's incident. Half a dozen people wounded in a knife attack just downstairs from the Garden in Penn Station in New York. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures have been in positive territory so far. The Dow futures up 150 points. More details at srnnews.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory.
Now that we know men can get pregnant, some are beginning to notice how that's just the easy part. The real problems come later, at birth. Doctor steps into the room. Now, partner, I hope you're up for this. I know today's your big day and all, but here's the thing. We have looked at the math down there and tried to solve for X. I gotta tell you, this is gonna be a hell of a tight fit, so it's definitely gonna hurt. You got brass ovaries, though, trying this, I'll give you that. I don't even see an overhead bin up in there. Where do you have the little guy stuffed exactly? Either way, cowboy, when I give the word, just roll over and draw up one knee. Nurse Hiccups here will do her thing, and we'll see if we can get this little fella out and dressed for court. By the way, you need some nose clippers or something before we get started. Just saying. Now look, usually we'd give you something for pain, but we're supposed to cut back on anesthesia to help with global warming. Sucks for you, I know, but hey, you pull this off and you'll be Woman of the Year for sure. You know, next time you might want to just stick to cross-dressing. You know, like when you switch from Italian to Greek. No, I'm just messing with you now. This your Uncle Otis, and if you like your politics bone in, this will be your year. I'll see you at the Peace March.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Today's highs 100 to 105 with strong high pressure over the southwest. We're getting a lot of sunshine. The wind should stay pretty light. Overnight, a little bit breezy, upper 60s and clear, and then we get upper 90s to about 100 for the highs on Tuesday. Breezy during the afternoon hours and lots of sunshine, going to about 105 and sunny again on Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning, I'm John Terrett. A huge turnaround in sentiment on Friday. Stocks and bonds falling, with the Nasdaq having its worst day since Liberation Day, and that was April last year. The S&P 500 since October. The government jobs report for May showed that over 170,000 new positions were added, exceeding the 80,000 forecast. April was revised upwards. This rules out a rate cut anytime soon, and Wall Street is now betting on a rate hike before the year's end. The Fed meets June 16th and 17th under new chair Kevin Warsh. Tech stocks sold off heavily Friday as startups often carry debt, which costs more to service when rates spike. Intel, Nvidia, and AMD were all lower. The Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P all sharply in the red, with the Nasdaq taking the biggest hit, down 4%. Yet there was some green on the screen too. McDonald's, United Healthcare, two examples. Friday was another dismal day for sporting apparel company Lululemon, which cut its forecast and blamed negative media coverage and unfavorable product launches. They have a new boss coming in September. Good luck to her. Bitcoin dipped below 60,000 per token after investors sought more thrills with AI, and after Strategy sold some Bitcoins for the first time since 2022. In the week ahead, things will be dominated by the SpaceX IPO, and the World Cup gets underway in the US, Canada, and Mexico. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
The Pecos Peckers chapter of the National Wild Turkey Federation presents the Pecos Peckers Conservation Shoot, Saturday, June 20th at the Creekside Clays in Artesia. Registration begins at 7:30 and the shoot begins at 9. Youth Jake's tickets are available but require adult ticket accompaniment, and lunch is provided. Sponsorships are also available at the Longbeard, Gobbler, or Pecos Pecker tiers level. Register now and get more information by calling Lucas Watson at 505-239-9013.
Fly smarter from Roswell with United Airlines. United connects you to the world with twice daily flights to Denver International Airport. From there, connect almost anywhere. United offers complimentary programs for all businesses, small, medium, and large, packed with perks like tier status matching, free tickets through Perks plus discounts on group travel, meetings, and everyday business trips. Learn more at united.business. Fly ROW with always free parking. United Airlines, connecting people, uniting the world.
This summer, enjoy outdoor family fun with seamless Wi-Fi, now available from Plateau. Great news, Roswell. Construction on Zone 39 is officially complete. Save on the speed you need with Plateau. Switch today and get reliable, blazing fast speed to stream more, game more, and surf more than ever before. Plus consistent billing and no data caps. And with Plateau, you'll save more too. Call 1-877-PLATEAU or log on to plateautel.com today. Plateau. Tried, true, trusted. At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flautas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. We're closing in on 9 o'clock. Stay tuned at next hour here. About 9:15 or so, we'll have from Roswell Seed, John and Crystal Noble join us, and we'll talk about plants and what have you and how you burn them, and because it is the season to burn your plants. So they'll tell you how to do it real good. All right, you're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. It may have been the biggest challenge yet to the fragile Mideast ceasefire. Iran fired missiles at Israel. Israel fired back.
Israel says it targeted in western and central Tehran. And in Iran itself, state media report blasts around the capital Tehran, Isfahan, Karaj, and elsewhere in the country. It remains unclear exactly what the damage is or if anyone was killed in these strikes.
Correspondent Jonathan Gambrell says that both sides now say they're through attacking each other, at least for the time being. President Trump had been trying to get both sides to quit the fighting. Oil prices, which were on the rise, have since fallen back. And $4.16 a gallon is today's AAA national average for regular gas. That's down 1 cent from yesterday. President Trump plans to attend this evening's NBA Finals at New York's Madison Square Garden. As expected, security is being tightened, especially given last night's incident just downstairs from the Garden.
Authorities say 6 people have been hurt in stabbings at New York's Penn Station, with the suspect in custody. The Sunday evening attack happened less than a day before thousands of fans are expected to descend on neighboring Madison Square Garden for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. A suspect was taken into custody after the attack, which unfolded in one of the nation's busiest transportation hubs. The city's fire department says paramedics found 1 victim with serious injuries, 2 with moderate injuries, and 2 with minor injuries. Another person whose condition was not immediately known was transported to a separate hospital. Authorities did not immediately release the suspect's identity or provide information about potential charges. I'm Hayat Benjwani.
On Wall Street, stocks are higher. The Dow is up 239 points, while the Nasdaq is ahead 438 points for a gain of well over 1.5%. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Southern Philippines has been rocked by a powerful and deadly earthquake.
This was the scene at an elementary school when the earthquake struck at around 7:30 in the morning. The children were outside at the time for their morning assembly. Video shows them being shaken from side to side as they crouch on the ground, their teachers urging them to stay down and keep calm. Elsewhere in General Santos City, several buildings collapsed, and the authorities issued tsunami warnings, ordering anyone near the coast to move to higher ground. Residents have been told to stay out of their homes until they've been checked and declared safe.
The BBC's Jonathan Head, a Philippine official, says at least 32 people were dead, mostly due to an earthquake-triggered landslide. Chinese President Xi has arrived in Pyongyang, his first visit to North Korea in 7 years. News and analysis, townhall.com. It was a French Open that was full of surprises. It wrapped up with the world's third-ranked men's player securing his first Major.
Alexander Zverev is no longer one of the best players never to win a major and is finally a Grand Slam champion. In his fourth major final, Zverev beat Flavio Caboli 6-1, 4-6, 6-4, 6-7, 6-1 for the French Open men's title Sunday. It was a unique opportunity for Zverev without Jannik Sinner or Carlos Alcaraz across the net, and the third-ranked German took full advantage on the red clay of Roland Garros. The 14th-ranked Caboli had never been past a Grand Slam quarterfinal. Mira Andreeva earned her first major title in the women's final Saturday. I'm Gethin Coolball.
Denny Hamlin has won at Michigan International Speedway, earning his second consecutive NASCAR Cup Series victory from the pole position. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel witch and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope your Monday is going swell.
Yeah, so if not, it's going to be going swell-tering a little bit later.
It's going to get a little hot. Not a little hot, a lot hot.
A lot of hotter. Find yourself some cool spaces and get yourself cooled off. There's a cooling center open if you need some extended cooling.
Yep, they'll be over at Westminster Presbyterian Church, which is at 2801 West 4th.
Yes.
Meeting that address. They got the cooling center to get cool off, showers, need a meal, need phone charge, and need any resource to help you get in touch with any to get veterans or any of those kind of resources to help touch into the programs and all that. They got resources to help you do that.
Dane Cook used to have a bit, or I guess has a bit years ago, where he talked about what they call bathrooms, restrooms. Like, is anybody actually resting in this room? And nobody goes into a restroom. I feel great.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but this is a rest room.
Yeah.
It's a room for rest.
That's right.
A respite room, one will.
Although I would imagine there's a lot of dads that their bathroom at home is their restroom.
Yeah. Well, yes, that would be.
Probably some moms, too.
Now, that depends on a dad of what age child. Because it don't matter if you want rest in your restroom. If you have a young child, you will not receive rest.
Yeah. I just know, like, when I growing up, when Dad went to the bathroom, that's we'll see you in 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was dad time. Now, you don't want to be on the top floor of the house when Dad was having his bathroom time.
Yes.
He would literally clear out the entire, like, I remember our blue split level house. He'd use that upstairs bathroom, and you could be in your room down the hall, and you'd be like, good Lord, man, what's going on?
Son of a gun, light a match, man.
What'd you eat?
Why we got those bathroom matches.
Stop eating those pies in the bag. Stop eating those church's pies. It's not doing you justice.
I do love the core memory of the sea of tins in the back floorboard of the car.
Yeah. I guess they don't, because I don't remember seeing those at churches when we had at churches.
You know what we did have there, and we're getting at churches again.
Allegedly, yeah. See where the Wiener Schnitzel used to be.
Yeah,
they
keep
saying
excited
coming
about
soon
it.
at churches.
Well, they're already hiring.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're hiring for the new staff. So it's
Okay.
it's right around the corner. But what they did have, and I found this out about these far too late, and was very upset because it got taken away from me.
Right when you brought it.
They had these chicken pot pie handheld hand pies.
Oh, really?
Like a
Hot Pocket,
like
but
a
a
Hot
chicken pocket?
but chicken pot. It was like chicken.
Okay.
They were so good. It was like they were like $1 a piece, and they were like the best thing I've ever eaten in my entire life.
I don't remember those.
Great.
I do remember, and I don't know if they're still around. I haven't seen them in a minute, but I haven't looked for them. I used to see them at Albertsons, and I think they're Australian. They're called Boomerang, and they were literally Hot Pockets. They sell them in a 3-pack, but they had like a pot pie one. They had like a beef and potato one.
Ooh. I think I have seen something like this. Yeah, it's like Hot Pockets, but more.
I think they were called
exotic
Boomerang,
flavors.
and they were round.
Okay.
They were round.
I saw something like that.
But next time I go to Albertsons, I'll look. I ain't seen them in a minute, but I used to see them in Albertsons in their frozen food. That's the one place I saw them. But I haven't looked.
I like it. I mean, I like a good enclosed hand pie. That's the one thing that like really took off in like the UK and like Australia that we never really, went with. But
I dug them.
Great idea.
When I was when I got to go to Australia and was a teenager, the Boy Scouts and all that, there was a food truck in the jamboree camp we stayed at. We stayed in tents and things, but as you go in, they had a food truck and they sold meat pies. This was the 80s.
Right.
But there was Australian meat pies, and it was a food truck, and they literally had the meat pies, and these were filled with beef, potato. There was a couple different ones. Yeah, they were dope. I remember getting one every day.
It's just the name itself invokes good, like meat pies.
Yeah.
There was a whole controversy a few years ago about a referee. Was it a referee at a soccer game or a cricket match or something?
Yeah.
And he placed an online bet about whether he would. There was a bet online about whether he would eat a meat pie on the field or on the pitch during the match.
Ah.
And he went and placed a bet on that wager, and then ate a meat pie on the pitch, like to intentionally like he Pete Rosed himself basically.
Right.
But with a meat pie. It was a whole meat pie controversy. And to hear like I love the specific British newscaster voice. Like they all have it. And I was watching a video the other day. This guy was like talking, why do all British newscasters talk like this?
They do have that.
Nobody in real life speaks with this rhythm.
Yeah.
And just to hear him do the meat pie controversy, it was it's just great.
Well,
Or
and
they
I'm
say
not going to lie.
controversy.
When British people do the news, it sounds more important.
Oh, so much more.
It does to me.
It doesn't matter if they're like,
it sounds more official.
running down like. I will even say this: if you've ever watched like the telecast of BBC 4 or whatever, the guy who comes on in between the shows to say what's up next, he's like, coming up at 2, an exciting episode of Doctor Who. But right now, it's time for Teletubbies. It's that specific. Just everything is so demure and low key and just calm.
It's kind of like the theme parks, keep all arms and hands and vehicles all time and enjoy your ride. Yeah, it's that same cadence, that same.
There's I don't know what movie. I think it's from maybe Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where the instructor kept talking about if you do things the wrong way, you're going to have a bad time. And I'm here to make sure that everybody has a good time. It might be from South Park. I'm not sure.
I don't think it's Sarah. Because Forgetting Sarah Marshall was
he was
Paul Rudd, and
yeah.
he was not that way.
No, you know what it was? I just remembered. It was the ski instructor from the skiing episode of South Park. He's like, I just want to make sure everybody has a good time. You're going to do 2 motions with your skis. Was it
snowplow?
French fries, pizza.
Oh, yeah.
You want to go forward, French fries. You want to go slower, pizza. French fries and pizza. If you keep it like this, you're going to have a good time. If you get these 2 positions, everybody's going to have a bad time. There's just those cadences like that. When you get used to saying something like every day,
oh yeah,
it's got to be like that.
It does.
I imagine I haven't been around enough of them, but like tour guides, once you get a specific like read or rhythm. It's literally like you're dead behind the eyes and you're just reciting the thing.
Sure. It's kind of like I see a video a lot of this mime dude that works at SeaWorld. Have you seen these videos? He's a guy, he's a heavyset dude, he's a mime. And he usually, I'm not sure which SeaWorld he's at, but apparently, and they film a lot. And he's basically like this guy as you come into the Shamu theater or whatever theater he's doing, and he'll interact with the crowd and walk around and do, and he'll gesture. But I've got somehow in his logarithm where I just see these videos from time to time, and they're always the same moves. Like he's got the woman with the hair, he does the same move, or the thing.
Tom the Mime.
Oh, is that him? Is that his name? Yeah. And he's got a whole thing, but he's kind of funny. I'll give him his mime game strong for what he does.
I love let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
I hate mimes.
Okay? Everyone does.
I hate mimes. I love a tongue-in-cheek mime.
Yeah, he's pretty like that.
One of my favorite movies of all time is the Mel Brooks classic Silent Movie.
Oh yeah.
Which, if most people haven't seen it, because most people when you hear Mel Brooks, you think Prince or Men in Tights, things like that. But Silent Movie, one of his more obscure ones, but one of my favorites. There is no speaking roles in this movie.
Yeah.
Everybody is silent.
I think to the end.
Till the middle.
Yeah.
There is a very long monologue performed by Marcel Marceau,
who's professional mime.
Professional mimes, one of the more famous professional mimes.
It's the Mr. Bean effect.
That whole scene where literally the only person who has a speaking role in his movie is a mime, and I imagine that's probably the elevator pitch for that movie.
Yeah.
He's like, I got this idea for a silent film
Right.
where the only person that talks is I don't know, Marcel Marceau, but we'll get somebody more famous.
Well, so you got him.
And yeah.
That's atypical Mel Brooks type comedy, and just it's kind of like there's a line in Spaceballs that is vintage Mel Brooks to me, and it's a scene in Spaceballs where Lone Star Bill Pullman he goes up, and there's one of the stormtrooper guys, and he goes up and he grabs him by the neck and goes, and the guy goes, "What are you doing?" The Vulcan neck pitch. He goes, no, you're doing it wrong. You want to get more where the neck meets the shoulder. And he's like right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And he claps. That's vintage Mel Brooks right there.
Yeah. There's, in that vein, there's a scene in an episode of Family Guy where it was, Brian was on a truck with a bunch of immigrants coming to America from Mexico.
Yeah.
And he goes, hola, mi nombre es Brian. And the guy goes, hey, that's pretty good. Except you don't need the S. You could just say, mi nombre Brian. He goes, oh, you speak English. He goes, no, just that sentence and this sentence explaining. He goes, what are you talking about? Okay. It is in that same vein of like a Mel Brooks. Yeah. And Seth MacFarlane is very much a student of the Mel Brooks school of doing things.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Seth MacFarlane, it's amalgamation of Naked Gun, Mel Brooks, all the stuff we watched as a kid, that guy did too.
Yeah, that's why he's so annoying to older generations, and he like people who are this age realm get him so well because all of his references are from stuff that we remember.
Yeah, we growing up too.
Yeah, like I heard that. There's painful moments that happen within the confines of the studio, and I heard that moment where, if you listen real closely, you can hear the moment where his heart sank when he said, "You kids, have you ever seen Young Guns?" Crickets, crickets on the other side.
Yeah, I was trying to explain that, and they were like, "Yeah," and then it's like, "Well, they're coming out with a new one sometime."
Kids ever seen Young Guns? You ever watch Gladiator movies?
You were a dog with them. No, they're never coming back.
No, not ever.
All right. On that note, people who have heard of Young Guns will join us.
Yes.
They know.
Fellow olds.
They know. John and Crystal Noble join us talking Roswell Seed here in just a few. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and get an update with the weather. Then we'll take a quick commercial break. And then we'll have them on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Today's highs 100 to 105 with strong high pressure over the southwest. We're getting a lot of sunshine. The wind should stay pretty light. Overnight, a little bit breezy, upper 60s and clear, and then we get upper 90s to about 100 for the highs on Tuesday. Breezy during the afternoon hours and lots of sunshine, going to about 105 and sunny again on Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Attention all New Mexico students in grades 6 through 12. Get ready to launch your future at the 2026 Youth Leadership Conference, Dreamers in Orbit, Power, Purpose, and Possibility. June 12th through the 14th in Roswell, this incredible free event presented by the Martin Luther King Jr. State Commission and Eastern New Mexico University Roswell is packed with hands-on STEM, leadership training, arts, and powerful inspiration. Don't miss your chance to dream bigger and lead bolder. Register today at nmlksc.org. Dreamers in Orbit. Your future starts here.
Summer adventures in New Mexico can lead to unexpected injuries or conditions. Artesia General Hospital and our skilled general surgeons remind you, take steps to avoid surgery while traveling and enjoy outdoor family time. Lift heavy coolers and luggage properly to prevent hernias. Practice safe food handling at picnics to avoid severe infections. Wear protective gear during activities. Clean cuts thoroughly and don't ignore persistent abdominal pain, swelling, or unusual symptoms. Prevention is best, but if surgery is needed, whether for appendicitis, gallbladder issues, or trauma, our experienced team is here. Dr. Michael Mann, MD, and Dr. Shiamo Pansaria provide compassionate, expert general surgery care right here at home. For advanced surgical services you can trust, choose Artesia General Hospital. Artesia General Hospital. Healthy summers start here with surgical excellence when you need it.
Fly smarter from Roswell with United Airlines. United connects you to the world with twice daily flights to Denver International Airport. From there, connect almost anywhere. United offers complimentary programs for all businesses, small, medium, and large, packed with perks like tier status matching, free tickets through Perks Plus, plus discounts on group travel, meetings, and everyday business trips. Learn more at united.business. Fly ROW with always free parking. United Airlines, connecting people, uniting the world.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-511-5493. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-511-5493. That's 800-511-5493. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Roswell Seed Company, John They're talking about something else. I was trying to stall for him. John and Crystal now joining us on the radio this morning.
We're having a moment. Yeah, she's sitting there telling me, and I'm trying to think, and I'm listening to you at the same time, and I'm all like, which one do I answer first?
Well, I was trying to stall.
I
don't know which Taylor to talk to.
Brian's main lady, the main lady that runs the office.
No. I need one of the Taylors.
No, she's the one that orders all that stuff.
I know, but I need one of them.
All right.
I'll talk to Brian.
There we go.
Brian, if you're listening, I'm talking to you.
You're about to get a call, Brian.
Yeah. Sorry, Brian.
About 20, 30 minutes.
No,
Brian?
he is. He's retired. He just goes in to just cause hell and havoc.
But is Dad's name Brian, or is Brian the son that
Brian's
we
the
see?
son.
Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh. Yeah, no.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to know the name of the person.
That's
I know the face.
That's for Humane Society.
So anybody wanting to know how my life is, this is what it's like.
Welcome to Life at the Store.
Welcome to the Noble Life 101. See, she'll be asking me something, I'll be like, what are you talking about? I have no idea. Remember, we talked about this 3 days. No, I don't remember 3 days ago.
I told him yesterday you have radio today, and he goes, I got to go to Artesia. I was like, you have radio? And he goes, well, after radio. And I'm like, how do I make this soak into your head?
It doesn't. I'm not a sponge. I'm more like a bowling ball now. Just
kind of rolls off.
Yeah, more
Sometimes
that.
it sinks in the hole.
Sometimes, yeah.
One of the 3 holes.
One of the 3 holes.
Oh, man.
Aim for that middle finger hole.
I need a second coffee today. This is how today's going to be.
That's are you accompanying him to Artesia?
Sometimes I do.
I was to say, you're definitely going to need a bigger cup.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
And don't give him one because...
No. I got him breakfast this morning. He got McDonald's.
Yeah, now I want to take a nap. Man, I know I'm getting old now. I eat breakfast. I'm like, I'm ready for a nap.
Yep.
Before, that was just fuel to start the day.
Friday? Was it Friday? Yeah, I think it was Friday. Kim came over and we walked over to had lunch at Tia Sophia's. I was a complete useless the rest of the day.
Oh, yeah.
I got home. I just got here and I'm just like... Yeah, I don't feel
Couldn't
like doing
focus
that.
on nothing. Dark room.
It's like I got sweatpants on. Loosen that string up a little bit.
Well, that's just it. I mean, here lately, it's like Mondays, man. It's just like I'm dragging in, and then okay, well, by Tuesday, Wednesday, you're better. No, I'm not better.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just ready.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to go on like a 4-month vacation.
It's summeritis. We all got it. It's like we're all just in that moment of we're ready to do something that not related to your normal work day.
No,
yeah,
I know.
I get it.
Yeah. You go outside and it's just like,
it's hot.
It's hot, and then you start working. Then you start working up a sweat, and it's like, okay,
yeah.
Now I'm feeling. And then you go in the office, and it's cold, and it's like, I'm sitting down.
Yep.
And then you sit down, and it's like, I'm not moving again. I'm done.
And that's my problem now too, because then I'll eat like something hot. And then I get sweaty, and then I get cold.
Yeah.
And it happens every time. I ate Tia Sophia's, and I ate it, and I'm sitting there, woo! By the end of the thing, I'm like, I'm freezing.
We had the whole conversation about your head sweating.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, he was complaining because it was hot in the house, and I was cold, and then I didn't realize he had jalapenos on his sandwich, and then he's like, it's the jalapenos and the sweat's on his head. And I was like, wow, you really sweat.
I never reacted like that, but the last couple of years, man, I'm like, and it's sad because it doesn't even have to be that hot. I could literally put like mustard on a sandwich and it'll beat a sweat up. I'm like, it's weird. It doesn't have to be that. And then if it actually is spicy, like when I'm like, boy, howdy, I'm a dripping mess, and I hate it.
I don't do. I mean,
inside
I
I'm fine. Outside I look like.
I don't do like hot. I'm not like her because she's from another planet. I don't know what planet, lava or whatever, but Mars. She'll sit there and chew on something and be like, oh yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, just the smell from it, I'm sweating already, And
I'm in the middle guy. Like I don't want all hot and it's all that, but I don't mind a little zip.
Yeah, I like a little bit of zip on it, but she did no. She made. Yeah,
I get the hot sauce on occasion, you know what I'm saying?
She gets mad. She'll be like, how come you don't eat it? And I'm like, because I like my colon where it's at. That's why. It's in a good spot. I like that,
But it's not even so much at the time. It's like later.
Later.
Down the road, you're like, oh. milk was a bad choice. It's really that moment you're like, oh, that pepper's ripping.
That feeling that you get, and then the playing in your mind of the atomic bomb blowing up. It's like, oh, here it comes.
Like, I'm just eating rice cakes the rest of my life.
Yeah,
nothing with flavor.
Yeah, eat a bunch of bread to sop it all up inside of your system, make it come out as one.
They're speaking of hot food, don't you still have pepper plants?
Yeah, we got some pepper plants still.
I was saying, can you do any planting right now, or are we past the point of planting?
No, I mean, not really. You can still plant. If you're trying peppers and tomato from seed, it's going to be. But then again, I mean,
say if you start them indoors, and maybe would you still be able to get them outdoors?
It'd be better to put them outside. Yeah. But I mean, generally by September, you're kind of like, But I mean, we've had such goofy weather. You might get a crop all the way into October, November before they start dying out. Who knows?
Well, if you plant now, maybe it was because the farmers market will start like right after that second week of July, I guess.
Yeah.
Right after. And usually they wrap up around that October. But if this goes on, we may see them go a little longer. Yeah.
Do you still have any more Coates tomatoes?
Yeah, there's still some of those.
Okay, so there's still tomato plants that are already ready to go in the ground, and then pepper plants.
Okay, so they're ready to they're past seedling stage. They're full plants, and they're ready to bear fruit here.
Oh yeah, I mean they're getting root bound. We waited again. Well, we just lost our greenhouse guy. He retired. Baby. Anyways, he retired out. So we brought in another person. So he's just kind of learning the scheme. Which if you've never worked at Roswell Seed, we're a different animal. We really, really are. I mean, there's no set anything. It's just you show up at 8:00 and then you just shoot from the hip and pray most of the time. I mean, sometimes we have a plan, other times, no, not at all. But so
in all fairness, y'all shoot from the hip has got 100 years of experience behind it versus like a guy like me shooting from the hip.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
we kind of have an idea, and we already know two parts of it's probably not going to work, but we're going to wing it till we get that.
Yeah, you have a very educated. I mean, it's science until it's not. Yeah. You know what I mean? Until the other variables come in.
Yeah, so there's still plants, believe it or not, in the greenhouse that Kent planted before he left, and they're still growing, and it's like, oh boy, and so we're going to be having probably a half price sale here pretty quick because we still got peppers. So
what did he plant that's still in the greenhouse?
I don't know. I haven't been back there.
Oh,
I don't go back there to that.
A plethora of peppers?
Yeah, possibly. I think it's more tomatoes than peppers, honestly.
Well, people love tomatoes.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to stay away from Kent when he was back there. I like the drinky-linky lab back there or something.
And I'm not a tomato eater, but I know. Everyone says that you grow your own tomatoes are always 900% better than anything you buy at the store. Yeah.
And this year, we actually bought some tomatoes from one of our customers. Mm-hmm. She's out of Artesia, and her husband basically told her, stop. We bought 91 plants from her. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah. And she even made out a spreadsheet of what they were, what color they're going to be, how big they're going to be.
She went really in depth.
Yeah, I told her I was going to have her do my taxes. But, yeah, and then we bought pepper plants from one of our nurseries. They had an overstock, and they were like, we're not. And so we ended up taking a bunch of their pepper plants. We bought them only for the simple fact is we just hit a lull. I mean, right at the beginning of April, everybody came in and just wiped us out and stuff. And then we had mice problems again and things of that nature. But, so we ended up with something different. We had outside plants and now not just our own inside plants.
Okay.
To get us through this hump. Well, we still have both now. We have our plants and their plants.
So you have a better variety than you probably should normally have right now for tomato plants and pepper plants.
And a lot of people are coming back with the tomato plants saying how well they like them.
Okay.
Both sides, ours and hers. So we're in talks with her. We got to go butter up her husband. Poor guy.
You're about to have a line of tomato plants in Roswell.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy. Don't get me wrong. He is great. But I mean, he's
she'd be the Rachel Ray of tomato seed.
She could, yeah. And so we're telling her, this is we want to try this or we want to try that. We'll get the seed. We'll give you the soil. You just plant it, grow it, and then we'll help you out price wise and stuff like that. And she's all for it. But
it sounds like that's her passion, her hobby,
she just stumbled onto it.
Doing it,
you know, and like she said, her biggest thing is I just like making people happy, and it's working.
I love a good tomato.
Yeah, I mean, she had purple tomatoes, black tomatoes.
I love to say.
Yeah, I mean, I was just sitting there looking at, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I get like 7 or 8 nursery books like a week," and my husband is just like, stop, you know. And so now she's talking to him. She's trying to talk him into a bigger greenhouse. She has a small one, and he's just all like, and, you know, she's like, "I'll get it." You know, women, we always get what I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, if this goes out, it could be a pretty lucrative career for them.
Possibly.
If it pans out. Yeah, I'm just saying. The potential there's,
He takes care of what comes out after she feeds him.
Yeah, basically.
He's a plumber.
Yeah, he's a plumber. So
nice. It's a perfect match.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, basically.
I got fertilizer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the dairy farm, the cows make the milk makes the poop, it's a good thing.
It's a full
feeds
circle.
the cows,
Yeah.
it's all there.
Yeah. It's a circle of life.
Circle of digestion.
Yeah. But so if you want some tomato pepper plants, come visit Roswell Seed. Now we got a great selection, and if you came earlier and saw we were wiped out, well, we're back and ready. Come on down and see us so we can get them in the ground pretty darn quick here.
Yeah.
As far as grasses go, is there any of that going on? I know
Bermuda.
Bermuda's still plant season for Bermuda.
Yeah, you can go in with Bermuda. And for the people that come in and we've been out of stuff, we're extremely sorry. We're having just all kinds of fun with freight right now. Because fuel prices.
Sure.
People don't want to come here, because there's nothing leaving.
And then when
here.
they do, they want to charge you an arm and a leg.
Oh yeah, and we're getting fuel tax
Overage fees,
surcharges now and stuff like that. Where before it was always if we ordered over a certain amount, it was free freight, and now they're like, no, we can't do that right now. And we get it, we understand it. I'm not one of these that are like, I ain't gonna put,
Sure.
No,
you get the cost of doing business, just like everybody else.
Yeah. So we get it, and it's like, well, we'll just adjust to the price, and it's like, no, we won't. It's okay. We'll be okay still. It's not a big deal. So for those people that have come in and we've been out of stuff, we're sorry. We're working on it, lining it out, getting everything, stocked back up again, because everybody right now, they're fighting, especially with the rain that we just had. Here comes the weeds in the alley, and we just got in some weed killer, and I'm trying out some new ones.
Okay.
For people, seeing some of these products that I'm getting, I can get them better on the short go. We can either go get them, or they have people that come through Roswell regularly that will drop them off to us.
Okay.
And it's like, yeah, perfect. Let's do this. And we're trying them out. So I do have my guinea pigs again.
Sure.
I love my guinea pigs. They're great.
Right, yeah.
They're spraying their yards and stuff like that, trying to get something that we can get on the fast go.
Well, and like you said, with the floods we had 2 years ago, we're still dealing with some of that aftermath with the weeds and everything. Because
there's still weeds that are growing that we don't even know what they are.
Sure. Yeah. Once that flood happened, it kind of cocktailed created a lot of different variations of weeds and other invasive type plants that some of it's laughing at your garden variety weed killers.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of having to come up with and unfortunately the tried and true isn't available anymore because of government regulations and things, and some of some of it's a little heavy dose and heavy-handed.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, these weeds aren't responding to the other stuff, and so you like you said, you're guinea pigging out, trying to feel it, and so this is the solution to try to overcome this dilemma.
What was funny with that flood, so it brought to a lot of people, it brought like this silt, and one guy came in, he's like, hey, I need, it wiped everything out, blah, 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 blah. Tried to plant grass, couldn't get no grass to plant, nothing. And then this year he came in, he's all like, I have a forest.
Awesome.
And I was like, no, I was like, what did you do? He's like, nothing. He's like, I didn't do anything. He was like, literally the seed that I planted last year, all of a sudden popped up this year.
Just said, hey, this is good.
Yeah, and it's from that silt bed. And I was like, well, and he's like, I'll get and I was like, yeah, get a sample of it, and I'll send it off to New Mexico State and see what they could tell us that's in this, because there's a lot of people that were coming in and it's like, hey, this died, this is growing now, what do I do about this? And it's like, okay, and then now we're fighting funguses and
because we're getting more humid.
Yeah. But to say the moisture this is the drawback to the moisture. Yeah, we can always use the rain, but with it becomes the humidity, which kind of creates mold, which creates bacterias, things that you deal with a lot more back east in places that aren't in the desert that we don't worry about. So
yeah, and then bugs too.
Yeah.
So I did get in my really, really good bug killer. According to New Mexico, I am allowed to sell it residentially. So this is literally the strongest stuff that I could sell you without you having an applicator's license.
Okay.
And it is devastating stuff. She actually turned us onto it. I got stung by a scorpion in a very not so nice area, thanks to my wife, who slapped it into my gym shorts. Yeah, you did it. So
he's a dramatic baby.
Yeah, well, when you get stung there, you get dramatic too. And so we brought this chemical in. Well, I found one of our local dealers that carries this, and I can get it. It's not cheap. It's pretty pricey. It runs about the $80 range.
108.
No, it dropped.
Oh. Okay.
So I mean, this thing kills scorpions down. And you mix it 2 different variations. If you're going after scorpions, it's 1 ounce per gallon. If you're not going after scorpions, it's only 1/2 ounce per gallon. But it also kills spiders, which is really, really tough to kill. And if people use Tempo in the past, that always kind of worked, but now it's not. And people are saying, well, it's because, the insects are used to it. I don't really think so. I think Bayer sold that line, and they said that they didn't make any changes at all, but we weren't the only ones that were experiencing a problem. There were some other companies that were saying, hey, this is not working anymore. What did y'all do? And they said, well, we didn't do anything. Everything's exactly the same. No, it's not.
Yeah, he did something.
Yeah.
No, so when he got stung, obviously, I was like, nope, got to get something else because Tempo was not working.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have an infestation is when you mix it 1 ounce to a gallon. If you're just treating or spraying to keep things away, it's 1/2 ounce. Spiders and scorpions are pretty much water repellent.
Okay.
They don't absorb toxins and poisons like normal pests. So they have to have more of a powdery chalk type thing. So this stuff looks literally like liquid chalk. It is thick, it is milky.
Okay.
And when you mix it, it stays thick and milky. And so when we were spraying inside the house, there was actually a scorpion on the baseboard, and I told him to hold the light, and I sprayed it, and it looked like the scorpion had just got electrocuted. Like it laid flat and then went to convulsions and was dead.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I'd never seen it before.
Yeah.
Generally, when you spray scorpions, they'll sting themselves to death. And yeah, this one didn't. It just flattened out, and I was like, whoa, But it's food grade safe.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah.
No odor.
Yeah, no odor. And it's safe for animals and stuff like that. Oh yeah, because when she sprayed. I mean, she painted the house inside. My chair, I couldn't sit in it for like 5 hours because it was just dripping wet with spray. Carpet, yeah. Oh my god, our house actually started to have clouds inside of it because of the humidity from all the spray. Yeah, it's a little overboard. Just a skosh.
Spider scorpions are.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, but
they're gone.
Yeah, when she sprayed, she went berserk with it. So it was funny because we really weren't paying attention, but she was wanting. She was all like, "Hey, you know what? She said, I haven't been bit by any mosquitoes," and I was like, "Oh, and there's really no flies." And we have the horse, and so I mean, she's a mosquito magnet. I don't care.
Yeah, if that sweet blood.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's a mosquito within 30-mile radius of her, it's going to find her and sting her. So, I don't know. But, yeah, we didn't have mosquitoes, no bugs whatsoever, and we didn't have no flies.
Oh, wow.
It was kind of nice. And then, now it's starting to kind of come back, so I'm like, oh, hell, here we go again.
I'll be out spraying.
She's going to go out there doing her fairy dance spraying, because that's why I always, think she's all flipping the wand around or something like that. Not spraying like you normally supposed to spray,
No, I look like I'm doing an airbrush painting on the house. I spray from the top straight down as high up as my sprayer will go, and then it'll run down and spray more.
Nice.
I'm not a bug person, and I live in the county.
I get it.
And I'm not a bug person. So.
I get it. Creepy crawlies, middle of the night. Ain't nothing worse.
Yeah.
It is expensive. However, it's a big thing.
But it works.
It works.
And it's an every 3 month, as to our tempo was supposed to be 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do this every 3 months and you stay on top of it, you keep them away.
Right. You build a tolerance.
You build a barrier.
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense. Kind of like no different than your professional sprayers. You have
Now,
Bob Reed or someone come in. They
I
do it
will
every
tell
3
you,
months.
it will kill bees. So you can spray this on plants and flowers, but if you have bees and you want to protect the bees,
Probably
spray
stay
it
away
on
from
the
it.
ground and not on the actual flower.
Don't let them pollinate and kill them that way.
Yeah. Right.
So let them
Because it will kill bees. Unfortunately, beekeeper bought bee killer. Not trying to, but scorpions got to go.
Well, it won't be in the house anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Good
There
deal.
was a slight oversight.
Sure.
It's no big deal.
Well, and like
Yeah.
you said, then this is what you ask. If you have questions, anything about this, don't hesitate to ask John or any of the staff there, and they'll be helping to explain. It's like, look, I got this situation. Is it good for that? Yeah, but this is what you got. And I get it. When you're at that point, you want them gone. It's napalm or nothing.
Oh,
at
yeah.
that point, you're like, I'm ready.
It was pretty close to setting fire to everything here pretty soon.
Yeah.
I was like, so we got that. We do have our Fox Farm soils in. Really good feedback on the Fox Farms right now.
Okay.
Jennifer, the woman who grew the tomatoes, she was using Fox Farm soils,
Okay.
and they're amazing.
So everyone's happy.
Yeah, everybody's getting happy with it right now. So we just brought in some more. We were out for just a short bit. Again, it took a while for freight to get to us. But we got it in, and there's a lot of people. We get a lot of people that are coming in from like Carlsbad and Artesia. We're trying to explain to them, you have a place in Artesia. You can get Fox Farm soil in Artesia. They get it from us, so I know it's there.
We'll save you a trip.
Send you the trip. From driving all this
They
way.
bought it in bulk so they could sell it to you up there.
Yeah,
Go for it.
basically.
Sun Country,
Yeah,
right?
Sun Country and
Oh, yeah,
Artesia.
Sun Country. Yeah, they have another great flower store there. Yeah.
So they buy Fox Farms from us. Matter of fact, we got to try to get. They got 2 pallets that have been sitting, but with the weather and the rain, we haven't been able to get down there to them.
Good deal.
She texted me today. She was like, "Hey," I was like, "What, tomorrow?" I was like, "I can't do tomorrow. Wednesday." Okay, I'll be there Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
They know their
you.
plants over there at Sun Country. They're good people over there.
Yeah. So. You check around.
Yep.
Look at your smaller, the smaller places. I guess somebody came in and told one of my workers that we have the cheapest than Home Depot. I was like, I didn't know Home Depot, but they do. But it's only. I thought it was only online, but somebody was saying that they have it actually in store. Ours is cheaper than theirs. So I was like, wow, that's a first.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Normally,
Well, I'll have to go to Home Depot here in a little bit, so I'll go look for Fox Farms.
Oh, good. Yeah, go back in the flower department, dear. Again.
Well, good news is you
good news is I got the soil to plant all this stuff that she's bringing from.
You get that lost in there and you don't know what you're low. That's the difference.
no.
Last time I only spent $7.
Yeah, I can't get in there without getting lost, or it's like I never find what I'm finding. It's always I think it is, and it's never there.
Yeah.
And then
she
I go over to the other
she
place.
went the other day and came back with. I forgot whatever it was, which she told me. She said, "You know where we were walking at? Yeah. How could I forget? She was like, behind that, there was even more plants." I was like, "Oh, good God!" Yeah. So.
Yep.
I like plants and flowers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You married the right guy. I mean, he got access to a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff. So,
Yeah.
Got an inside man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for our sunflowers to bloom or even grow.
Yeah. I haven't looked yet.
I haven't seen them. I was out there yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Hence mosquito bites.
I kind of want some sunflower seeds now. You're talking about sunflowers. Like, go ahead, go for a bag of sunflower seeds. Kind of good, tasty.
Well, trying to do, because luckily for us, we have some of the most amazing customers that come in. And we have some of these people that just do some DIY projects that you're just sitting there looking, going, that is so simple, it's stupid. And they make it, and it looks good. So we had this really, really old wheelbarrow, so I thought, I'll make a planter out of it. And she was all like, well, I want to put this plant in. I was like, that ain't going to work. What about? So we have a wheelbarrow with like flowers inside the wheelbarrow, and then we have an old galvanized bucket with this plant that she bought at Home Depot, inside of that, because I didn't think it would work out too well. It's too shallow. Need a little bit more depth in it.
Soil.
And so, yeah, we got this whole cute little motif thing, and everything's growing. It looks really neat, you know. And I was like, hey, I did a DIY project. Yeah, I'm right on, baby.
Hey.
You know.
And then we learned
Come
that
more,
the
you get
plant,
an HGTV show.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
we learned that the plant that I bought to go in there is a viner.
Yeah.
I didn't know it vined.
Yeah.
But that's what we did.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Looks
and
good.
And then we found out the other day that this big old plant that she bought that is in this huge ass flower pot. It's
a squirrel magnet.
Yeah, it's a squirrel magnet. So, because we're trying to figure out, the dogs have been chasing this one squirrel in particular. And this squirrel's driving the dogs up
Just
the wall.
loves that
Oh,
plant.
just, yeah. And yeah, come to find out, he's going after the plant. You know, and I was all like, oh, great. She was like, what do we do? And I'm like, bye-bye squirrel.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what, you know.
I went and bought bamboo and bird netting to cover it. But we also did more DIY. We did the laundry baskets with burlap and flowers.
Oh, those look great.
Yeah.
That's a great little...
Yeah, it's something simple, easy.
Dollar
you know.
Tree stuff.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, the baskets came from the Humane Society thrift store,
Right.
So they were like $1, and then it was like $2 for a burlap bag, and ta-da!
Yeah.
Makes it perfect.
Little time, little dirt. Next thing you know, you got a nice little...
Yeah.
And then you do one at a time. Next thing you know, you got a whole garden, a whole, you know...
Yeah,
thing full of-
no.
One at a time?
Yeah, no, not one at a time.
We have 14 planters outside the house.
I'm just saying, if you don't want to go steroids, you just want to slowly...
She's an overachiever, man. It's like, oh, by the way...
Over time, you built your little Shangri-La,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I
have a honeybee hanger on the side of the house.
Yeah.
We put verbena in it.
Yeah, verbena.
You need to talk to Jocelyn. They were doing their greenhouse this weekend.
So on the side of the house, I have my little hanger that has 2 verbenas in it, and it's got my naked gnomes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's nice when it's all done, though. It's like it's kind of serene, kind of...
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the plant guy, so that's why he can
Yeah. Well, we'll run the water line out and do the drip system. We'll do this, and this. And I was like, yeah, and I could turn the sprinkler system and it'll water just as good. It's going to hurt the flowers. No, it won't.
Such is life.
Yes.
But whatever it is, if you're looking to plant, like I said, if you're looking to want to get some tomatoes and peppers, come on down to Roswell Seed. We still got a great selection of those. If you're going to plant grass, it better be Bermuda. Right now. And then, of course, if you have any questions about anything, if you're dealing with weeds or anything, give us a little time. Like I said, supply and demand's been a little tricky, but we will do everything in our power to get you what you need and as soon as we can do it. So, and if you have questions, like I said, if you're dealing with the tricky soils and the tricky weeds, come on down. Let's talk and let's put your information together and see if we can come up with an overall solution.
Get a picture of it and bring it down to us. We don't understand.
Sample.
We don't understand the thingy. So, you know.
That's right.
Or pull a weed from the ground and bring it in.
When we use that language, we already know the thingy of which we speak. So
that's the best part about it is
yeah.
I can actually speak thingy. I'm married now, so everything, the thingy, I actually kind of know what you're talking about.
But
Yes.
your thingy, the thingy is, you make sense then. Yeah, I get it. The thing about the guy with the thing. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Right. So. Very good. But thank you guys as always.
Thank you.
Come on by Roswell Seed here downtown. They've been open for 100+ years. They ain't going nowhere tomorrow. So come on down if you need plants, if you need help. Their experts can help you get through it. So that's what they do.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Only on days that end in Y.
That's right. Stay, I guess stay cool this week.
Yeah.
That's going to be the trick. Is avoid the hotness. So. All right, it is 9:52. Let us do news and all that and a quick break before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Looks like Israel and Iran have heard President Trump's plea to stop fighting. Israel was blasting Iran-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon. Iran was firing missiles at Israel. Now both sides say they will halt their fighting, at least for now. Half dozen people injured in knifings at New York City's Penn Station. This happened last evening. Suspect is being held by police. 2 suspects being sought. A mass shooting at a busy street festival in Toledo, Ohio over the weekend. 12 people injured, all stable, said to be improving. Police say the gunmen may have been aiming at each other. Search for victims goes on in the southern Philippines, where a strong earthquake has killed at least 32 people and injured hundreds more. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is up 99 points. The Nasdaq ahead 371. The S&P 61 points higher. More details at srnnews.com.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Now, the first assistant U.S. attorney said Friday that he is working with the DOJ to conduct a comprehensive audit of California's voter rolls. California's election system has serious structural vulnerabilities. Universal vote by mail with no voter ID requirements creates conditions where fraud can go undetected and unpunished, eroding public confidence. This is mostly a blue state problem, which tells me it's all by design. They think they will benefit. If this pattern continues, because he did win with the 50-60% that had been counted before, if this continues, who would not begin to doubt what the process is?
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
All right, inflation fears are back as the Treasury yields now hit their highest levels in nearly 20 years. What does that mean for your money? What does that mean for your retirement savings? What does that mean for your quality of life in retirement? Reagan famously said, inflation is as violent as a mugger, as frightening as an armed robber, as deadly as a hitman. Now, I always listen to Ronald Reagan. You should too. Learn how you can help protect your savings and hedge your money against inflation. Reach out to my great partners, and I'm a customer, over at the top-rated gold and silver company, Goldco. They will rush you a free gold and silver guide. It's a great kit filled with critical information. And then you can also see if you qualify for an extra 10% in bonus gold or silver just for getting started. I'm a customer like you. Goldco, great partner also of the show. Call them now, 855-815-GOLD, 855-815-GOLD. One more time, 855-815-GOLD.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Today's highs 100 to 105 with strong high pressure over the southwest. We're getting a lot of sunshine. The wind should stay pretty light. Overnight, a little bit breezy, upper 60s and clear, and then we get upper 90s to about 100 for the highs on Tuesday. Breezy during the afternoon hours and lots of sunshine, going to about 105 and sunny again on Wednesday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street pointed toward early gains, and oil prices briefly rose more than $4 as fighting between Israel and Iran escalated. Oil prices settled back after Iran's military said it would stop offensive operations. Brent crude, the international standard, was up $1.12 to $94.21 a barrel this morning after being up $4.60 a barrel overnight. Chipmaker Micron jumped 7.2%, while Supermicro Computer, which makes servers and other data storage products, rose 6.3%. Apple is expected to unveil new artificial intelligence features at its annual developers conference starting today. It's the last worldwide developers conference featuring CEO Tim Cook before he turns over the reins to John Turnus in September. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
The Pecos Peckers chapter of the National Wild Turkey Federation presents the Pecos Peckers Conservation Shoot, Saturday, June 20th at the Creekside Clays in Artesia. Registration begins at 7:30 and the shoot begins at 9. Youth Jake's tickets are available but require adult ticket accompaniment, and lunch is provided. Sponsorships are also available at the Longbeard, Gobbler, or Pecos Pecker tiers level. Register now and get more information by calling Lucas Watson at 505-239-9013.
I was driving home from work.
I was heading out to meet my friends.
I was thinking about what I would make for dinner.
I was just changing the station on my radio.
I was checking my cell phone.
I was only trying to change lanes.
I never saw him.
I never saw him. I never saw that motorcycle.
Until it was too late.
Unfortunately, sometimes drivers don't notice motorcycles on the road until it's too late.
Be aware. Always look for motorcycles, because it's their road too.
Sponsored by NMDOT and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, no, I'm growing like a bamboo. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 58 minutes after 9 o'clock. We got about a minute here before we wrap up today's show. If you missed any part of our show, I invite you to go back and check it out at your leisure. In the 7 o'clock hour, we had Matt Bristol from Bristol Law join us for his monthly visit. He pops in and gives us good legal advice. We talk a lot about, bankruptcy and some of your asset protections today. We had a great conversation about that. So listen up if that applies to you. Go back and check it out. In the 8 o'clock hour, we were joined by 3 students from the University of New Mexico. They are medical students. They're part of this Royal Medical Program where these students get to see other parts of the state, spend time. They're going to spend the next 3 weeks. They've been here for a week. They spend about a month here in Roswell, and they're going to be in various, they're going to be at Harvest Ministries and different places and doing things. So got a chance to interview them, had a great conversation. Go back and check it out at your leisure. And, of course, we just had John and Crystal Noble join us from Roswell Seed here a few minutes ago talking